and Mike Salk.
All right, hello. Good morning, everybody. Brock and Salk Show, Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com. The Seattle Sports application on a formal Friday. Yes, Brock. You
on
don't
a
even know
formal
about
or a
that.
football Friday?
It's a little of both. Don't worry about it. It's all powered by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. You can also find us on 97.3 HD2 if you can figure out how to find HD2 on your radio. And it's great because it's different on every radio and every car. But if you can figure it out, it sounds really good. And then, of course, YouTube. That's like the new fancy, fun way to find us on the internet. You can see us on video. Brock's got his Seahawks gear on today. I feel like we've already been on the air for a while, even though we haven't, because we jumped on with Unsportsmanlike, the show that precedes us, ESPN Radio. I mean, we really.
We bring our own styles, but you got after it. It was good.
Well, I like those guys. I like, I've known Evan a long time. I've known Michelle a while. Like, I really like them. I don't know Chris as well, but I really like the two of them.
Yeah.
And it is just another example. And it's like, it keeps happening again and again where nobody knows anything.
Right.
They don't know anything about the Seahawks team. Well, Kyle Brandt yesterday. I don't know anything about him. Nobody does. Who's Leonard Williams? Never heard of him. Nobody talks about him. What do you mean? And then at 8 o'clock today, you guys will hear from Mike Felger. Brock and I interviewed him yesterday. So Felger hosts afternoons on 98.5 The Sports Hub in Boston. I worked with him 1,000 years ago. He is a unique individual and a really gifted radio host.
Yep.
How much do you think he knew about the Seahawks?
I don't think he could name 5 players.
None. No chance.
Yeah.
He couldn't name anybody after Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody wrote down the word Emmanwori for him yesterday.
Yeah, I know that, having come to this now the 4th in 20 years, I think I mentioned that a few times this week. And I remember always thinking, like, oh, Seattle's an outpost. Oh, you're just so far away from everything. But I didn't remember almost the, negligence. Like, I mean, after LOB and after Pete, I don't know. Like, what? These guys are really good. This is the best Seahawks team I've argued in history if they get this done on Sunday from scoring differential, all these stats, all these numbers. They had the offensive player of the year last night at the awards. Coach was third in the like. What? How do you not? And after the divisional round and the championship round,
I know.
Like, what, were you not part of the 50 million people watching the NFC Championship game?
I mean, it was on. They just weren't paying any attention. And why watch when you've got, Matt Stafford is winning the MVP, and he's sort of probably going to be in the Super Bowl, right? Because he's the best quarterback on the field, and Sam Darnold's probably going to jets it up. And, yeah, I mean, it really – so then I jumped on with Felger afterwards and went on Boston radio yesterday for the first time in a while. And that went well.
Good.
It's hilarious. And, they're asking the same. I'm like, how do you think the Seahawks are going to do? Like, I think they're going to win by 10 plus. Yep. And they're like, it's ridiculous. And Felger's like, no way. Like, all year, all I've heard is that there's no great team in the NFL. Now there's a great team in the NFL. I'm like, well, you just said you never watched the team play. You think anybody else did? Maybe they were great all along, and no one had any idea because they didn't know that they even existed.
Yeah.
It really, I don't mean to, I know the Seahawks don't play this game.
No,
this is not
it's
this
not
team.
even like the underdog card. It's none of that.
It's just how in the world do you not know this exists?
Right.
It really is
Maybe
bizarre.
there was a reason that, Richard is a pretty smart guy. Maybe there was a reason back then. He literally brought a microphone, loud speaker, and just blasted.
And Marshawn, too. Finding a different way to get noticed, right, at the Super Bowl. Like, I'm going to get noticed by refusing to participate and force people to talk, force them to have a story about me and about this team.
Yep.
Brock, you and I are, buried in the corner of this gigantic building. We're behind this, this little wall. We might as well not be here. Seriously. We might as well not be here.
Well,
there's a giant area.
We better do something insane then on our final day. I better climb up the wall of the Bounty on-air setup there and start screaming from the rooftops.
I am a golden god.
Yes.
Yeah.
I might do that, CNBC, so the world can know about the Seahawks.
Yeah, I don't think
All
that's
right,
going to
you guys
happen.
were complaining about this guy over here being loud
He
before
is
you
loud.
came
Seduce
on.
the guy.
You can't really say anything.
Whoa, not we.
I mean, it's what I got to do. If I got to be the Richard Sherman on Radio Row.
Whoa, this guy. Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of the situation here. There is a lot of educating to be done. I feel like when Brock, maybe this works. We've been kind of proselytizing this week. I feel like I now understand what it's like to proselytize. And maybe it's not a religious thing necessarily, at least for me, but I feel like someone needs to spread the gospel of this Seahawks team.
And Maura, how
because
long?
most people don't know. Brock, you know what they are out there? All of these people?
What?
They're heretics. These are heretics. And thankfully, we are here to spread the gospel of the Seahawks
Maybe
team.
you guys can't leave today. Maybe you need to stay.
Let's not get carried away.
Spread the word.
Let's not get carried away.
And speaking of being a proselytizer that you are, how long do you think it took for Salk to go on the national show and spin his gospel of Salk when it came to DK and Gino? How long did it take? 90 seconds. It took about 90 seconds.
That's a good,
you know what? That's a good question. Let me tell you about a certain radio host that, I don't know, maybe spent a year talking about the need to trade. Rightfully so. I mean, it was out there, Salky. So, yeah, it is kind of mind-numbing. It really is. Kind of frustrating. As good as this team is, and they never hit bottom. Maybe that's part of it too.
Right.
Maybe it's because they didn't win 4 games in 4 games, right?
Yeah.
They never hit bottom. They never
were
out.
a joke. They never they never created those storylines of embarrassment or got into the top 2 or 3 of the draft. So everyone could have their big fancy quarterback.
Yep.
I think all of that is true. It's also true what Kyle said yesterday. They just don't have a name. They don't have the one big star. And as much as Sam has been a tremendous asset for this team, he's not that.
Nope.
I mean, say what you want about Sam, and I'm in, man. He's convinced me. I don't have any doubts or fears but he's not that guy. He's not, he's not Lamar. He's not Josh Allen.
He's not a freakish talent.
Herbert.
He's not a freakish personality. He's not a freakish, he's just a really good player. It's so funny, right? You come all the way back to what I said on that set, and that is when they ask, like, who's the voice? Like, 12 is one. It really is. It's not one voice. It's like 11 of them, and then another 11 of them. And then the voice of the crowd, maybe as much as anything, is kind of what's known whenever anybody comes to town and watches team. Like, 12 is one. And it really does fit. And unlike that last crew a decade ago, that was like that pack of hyenas Dr. Gervais talked about and needed to, kind of froth at the mouth. This group doesn't. This group doesn't.
And they don't care. Yeah, they don't care.
That's just not.
We may feel the need to go out and proselytize.
Sean Alexander
They
cared.
really don't care.
In 2005, it bothered Sean that he wasn't known, right? I mean, just kind of like, why do we have to be Southeast Alaska? Right? It kind of bothered him. That crew, again, a decade ago, they made the noise. This crew is just like more than content. Go ahead. Talk about everybody else. No, go ahead. We don't need to be in the headlines. We're here for each other. And we're all about each other. And Sunday afternoon, they'll get a chance to express that one more time.
Well, this is pretty fun, man. We are wrapping up our final day here at Media Row. I keep saying Radio Row because that's what it used to be called, but it is Media Row, and there's a lot of different media channels and stuff here. And
do you think every segment I should do that Seahawk chant?
No,
because it kind of reverberated around here.
I swear to you, I would beg you not to do it again.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's super embarrassing.
It was too much?
I find it very embarrassing.
Maura, are you embarrassed?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, she's okay with that.
You're not embarrassed when he chants Seahawks?
I just think it's funny that you guys were over there giving like another guy dirty looks for being loud.
I'm giving both that guy and Brock dirty looks for being loud.
He's a loud talker.
Both of them deserve dirty looks. So anyway, that's kind of the scene from here. But honestly, that's not the news from here. We finally got good news yesterday, right? I mean, don't you? Now, not all of it. It was not a perfect day. There's a lot to get to and need to know. Shout out to G. Scott. He called it. And we're going to hear a little bit about Jackson Smith and Jigba. And yes, that's how you pronounce his name. And I'm not even going to say the name of this ridiculous influencer, but I'm like legitimately pissed about it. I think that is such garbage. That is such an embarrassment.
Disrespect.
It is disrespect. It is obnoxious. And quite frankly, I hope he's protested against or what. I think you're just a bad person. I hate this person. I don't know what he does, and I hate him. I hate him to my core. I don't know don't even tell me his name. Don't even say the name. I don't want to give him any more publicity. Mispronouncing that guy's name in that spot, you're a jerk. You're an absolute jerk. So that was not great news, even though it should have been for Jackson Smith and Jigba. But we got probably the best news of everything we could have possibly gotten yesterday. We'll play you the sound. Coming up next, it's Brock and Salk. We're here. We're ready for the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
When buying a battery, most people don't know one brand from another. And brands don't start things, watts do. And who remembers that volts times amps equals watts anyway? At Pacific Power Batteries, you're buying a battery from someone who you can trust. Lately, we've been working hard on our product knowledge so that you don't have to remember all that you may have forgotten about Ohm's Law. Studying vendors' strong points helps us find a battery that's right for you. And at Pacific Power Batteries, that's not artificial intelligence. That's useful information.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here, and let me tell you about one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. That's when I went to K2 Vision for RLE. That's refractive lens exchange. Now, Dr. Kopstein started K2 Vision with Dr. King from King LASIK, the most experienced LASIK surgeon in the Northwest. King LASIK plus K2 Vision equals freedom vision for every stage of life. No glasses, no contacts, readers, or cataracts. Now, if you're somebody that struggles with distance vision and now you always need a pair of reading glasses, K2 Vision RLE could be your perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You never develop a cataract. Now, if you're somebody like me that had a pair of readers in every room of the home, in your car, you had to bring them into the restaurant with you. Otherwise, like me, you couldn't read the menu. That has all been rectified thanks to RLE. So whether it's LASIK, EVO ICL, or RLE, trust the most experienced team of doctors to recommend what's best for you. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Can you believe it?
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Experience a luxury resort, breathtaking wildlife, spectacular wilderness, and amazing fishing at Queen Charlotte Lodge in northern British Columbia. King salmon runs are at their peak in May and June, and halibut and lingcod are always plentiful. Check out how easy it is to visit QCL at fishqcl.com. That's fishqcl.com. Queen Charlotte Lodge. Experience fishing first class. And remember, our dollar's worth $1.35 north of the border.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy Shannon O'Kelly from IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. So much more than just physical and hand therapy, though, Shannon. You guys, holy smokes, do you have a lot of specialty care?
Yeah, Brock, we do. You know, obviously our nuts and bolts is good old musculoskeletal, but we have a lot of therapists that do advanced certifications in specialty care. And that's important because we can treat the whole population. We can treat your neighborhood. We can treat your family. And those specialty services range from neurovestibular care to dry needling, sports medicine, hand therapy, pelvic floor, vestibular rehab, lymphedema, you name it, we have that service. Again, we're about taking care of the whole family and the whole family's needs.
Remember, IRG, they're in your neighborhood. I'm talking over 40 locations and new additions in Wallingford and the WAC as well, that Washington Athletic Club. You can find them in person. You can find it online at irgpt.com. That is irgpt.com.
This hour is brought to you by Goldberg and Jones.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
All right, this is it, man. Final days now before the Seahawks take the field once again for their 4th appearance in the Super Bowl. Final injury report did come out yesterday. No surprise. Emmanwori did not practice at all. The news is it's a low ankle sprain. Mike McDonald said he should be able to go. We don't know entirely how effective he will be, but he did speak yesterday to the media. Cut number 1. He explains what's going on.
Yeah, it was just towards the end of practice, I have just rolled my ankle. Kind of like caught me off guard. You know, the practice wasn't like nothing crazy or nothing. We weren't like going hard out there, but just rolled it. And, you know, I'll be good to go for Sunday, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's about as simple as it can be, right?
Kind of echoed what Kobe said. He's good. Right, Kobe Bryant joined us yesterday. He's good. He'll be all right. Yeah, a low ankle, not high ankle. That's very good news. I kind of like to see him at least be limited today. Like, get out there and be able to move a little bit today. We'll see. Maybe they just totally keep him off, and he's going to have to go fairly dry as far as the reps go into this thing on Sunday.
You think he's questionable at the end of the day today, or do you think that they just say he's playing?
That's a fair question.
I mean, McDonald said he's going to play regardless.
Right. So, I mean, I assume, like, he's just out there, he's playing. Cut 3, he says this, you know, he's had worse.
Yeah, it wasn't as severe to me. You know, I felt like, you know, I could walk off on my own and just had to, you know, give it a chance, give it a break, you know, so, you know, it feels good.
You know, one of the negative trade-offs, Salk, when you have a 47-inch vertical, like when you jump and if you don't land just right, there's quite a bit of force versus a 4.7-inch vertical.
Sure.
Yeah, so there's...
Is that what happens?
That's kind of what
happens. He's just
happens.
so high in the air.
That's right.
It's a shock that he hasn't already hurt this ankle this way. Anyway, that's about as good a news as you could have asked for. Other than Emmanwori and also Robbie Oots, every other player was a full go. So team's about as healthy as you're going to be this time of year heading into the game. And yes, that includes Sam Darnold. He was a full participant yesterday. So the oblique issue seems to be completely behind him. Hopefully, none of this is a storyline.
Good on good, man.
Good
on good.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, NFL honors last night. Mike Vrabel wins the second Coach of the Year award.
He was also called Verbal. What are we doing?
Verbal Kint?
Come on, Mike
Vrabel had 19 votes, Liam Cohen 16, Mike McDonald had 8. I can't get too mad. What Vrabel did is pretty impressive, and they did go from 4 wins. I mean, like, I got to give the guy credit, and I think he's an excellent coach, so I can't get mad about this one.
Yep.
But nice to see Mike McDonald at least in the top 3.
He got the bronze medal.
Probably would have had him second, but okay, fine. Comeback player of the year was Christian McCaffrey, whatever. Tedero McMillan won offensive rookie of the year, whatever. Carson Schlesinger won defensive rookie of the year. A little annoying, but whatever. He ran it up earlier in the year, and I think at that point it was just too late for Emmanwori to come back.
Nick chased him down and closed him down, but that guy was kind of a stat hound as well in Cleveland.
Defensive player of the year was Myles Garrett, and offensive player of the year, Brock. Somebody once called him the best in the world. Jackson Smith-Njigba, cut 9, accepted the award.
Well, I want to honor. I want to first give all the glory to God. Second, I want to give it to my teammates. I want to thank y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are who I do it for each and every week. I want to give this award to my father. Going into my last year, he told me to pray for wisdom, and I did. Before going into that season, I wanted to be a top 5 draft choice. I wanted to be a Heisman candidate, you know, a bunch of things. And ultimately, I wasn't able to play. And I think with that time, I grew wise and figured out a lot about myself and who I wanted to be and who I wanted to do it for. Ultimately, dropping to the 20th draft pick where I was selected by the Seattle Seahawks. And I can't thank everyone involved enough. Much love and have a great night.
Class. Classy.
He deserves a lot of credit. Honestly, so does G. Like, I mean, you got to give the man his props. He was calling this dude the best in the world, and we laughed at him. Everybody did. Like, yeah, he's a great player, but come on. Today's the best in the world. He's the best wide receiver. He's the best offensive player in the world.
Pretty good.
It's really a remarkable accomplishment.
And that's after pivoting away from DK Metcalf, and everybody wondered, you know, yeah, he caught 100 balls last year, but it was because of DK. DK set you up, and DK made you look good. No.
If Jackson Smith and Jigba walked through this, would anybody recognize him? I wouldn't. So maybe I'm the wrong person to ask, but yeah, it's just truly remarkable. Matt Stafford is the MVP.
Closest vote ever, by the way.
Is that true?
That should be a little reminder. Don't, like, as bad as Drake May and that offense has been the last 3 weeks in weather, yeah, he lost by 1 first-place vote. It was that close.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Hey, this honor, honestly, has been overdue. Bobby Wagner wins the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Huge congratulations. I mean, honestly, I thought I should have won it last year and the year before and the year before. Like, he is one of the guys out there that this award was meant for someone like Bobby Wagner.
That's right. That it's not just I give back. It's like my DNA. Like, don't even highlight it. Like, don't even showcase me. And then the world doesn't need to know all the things that I'm doing in the community. And yeah, I wonder if that might be it too. Like,
This would be a good way to go out on top.
It would be a heck
That's
of a way
for
to
sure.
go out.
I don't know whether he wants to or not, but cut 14, here is Bobby from his speech last night.
I mean, look at this room. This room is truly blessing, a truly special room full of so many amazing people, and there's so much we can do together. I know there's a lot of craziness going on in this world right now, but, you know, there's not much this room can accomplish, and we can be the people that say to the world that I got you. And so, as you know, the world looks crazy, as things get crazy, somebody's going to be looking up to somebody, wondering if they have somebody that say I got you. And I hope that I'm the light to say that I got you. And me standing here is my mom in current flesh, and she's not able to be here, but she lives through me, and everything I do is for her, and I honor her every chance that I get. Her love and support is the reason why I'm standing here.
Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty impressive dude. Hall of Fame class announced last night as well. Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, Roger Craig.
Had to get a Patriot in there. I mean, you just had to.
I mean, so every one of those people
after
is
Bill
deserving.
and Tom, you know, like
Every
Robert.
one of those people is deserving. They are all deserving.
Yes.
But Adam Vinatieri really shouldn't go in before Bill Belichick.
That's great.
That doesn't make a lot of
It's
sense.
perfect.
It really isn't.
So good.
I love Adam Vinatieri. He's a Hall of Famer. That's dumb. That's everything you need to know.
That's a good class, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah. That's Larry Fitzgerald right there with Jerry Rice, right, as far as all of the reception records. Drew Brees has thrown for over 80,000 yards and Super Bowl winner, right? Vinatieri was the most clutch kicker of this century. That's a good class.
Roger Craig's good.
He had high knees.
Yeah.
Like the highest of high knees.
Only thing with him is I think some of the writers were saying that's the reason Belichick didn't get in, because they thought he was going to be off the ballot soon, and they thought Belichick would get in, so they voted for him.
Right.
And
I would put Roger I would put him in the Hall, not just a very good, but a very, very good.
Yes. The Hall of Fame.
I don't know whether he needs to be in the Hall of Fame with some of the
and
other
if Kuechly's a Hall of Famer, then get ready to put Bobby in.
Yeah,
First
absolutely.
ballot.
As you should.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We got a ton. You got to hear Kyle Brandt, though. Dude is hilarious. He is a live wire. He is the most energetic person on this.
And I think he shut down the Black Diamond
maybe.
Bakery. I think they sold out of biscuits yesterday.
You got to hear this. Just stick around. I promise it will be worth your while. It's next on Brock and Salk.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Video security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, 24/7 monitoring, and more. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy, knowing we're here for you, your people, and your business. Visit bayalarm.com to talk to a local security expert. Bay Alarm, we got you.
Hey, Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
When you buy a new vehicle from Lee Johnson, you'll get a lifetime powertrain warranty included.
It's home show season. To celebrate, Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off and a lifetime installation warranty, plus 12 months to pay with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest financing. See us at the home shows or visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Okay, guys, quick PSA. Forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Get it right this year. Send farm fresh flowers from the Books Company. And right now, get 25% off with code CANTY. Books flowers are cut fresh, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. And it's easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so order now. Go to Books.com and use code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com.
Who did it best in 2025? Vote now for the Sports Stars and Story of the Year at seattlesports.org and help choose the winners of the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards, presented by Microsoft. From collegiate champions to the standouts across our professional teams, make your choice and come celebrate Washington's biggest night out for sports on March 13th. Vote now and get tickets at seattlesports.org. We'll see you there.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more, he's got to have more.
More bedtime true crime.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More fast internet speed.
He's got the geeks to go big, bring him the games.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop. His quantum fiber's on top. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service and speed in select locations only.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the new year.
from the James G. Murphy Company, and it's underway now. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more, like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check MurphyAuction.com for all details. MurphyAuction.com. MurphyAuction.com.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
I got Bennett over here jumping off the
sets.
All right, we're all over the map here. We're embarrassing ourselves in front of our first real big guest of the whole week. Oh, my gosh. We knew we were coming down here, Brock, and we said, all right, who's the first person we got to talk to?
Yep.
It was Kyle Brandt, because he was, along with Chris Long, the two people that were really first in on the Seahawks this year.
Chris did that too?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah. I know.
It's just me, and I love Chris. Wise, incredibly handsome, charismatic.
Yeah.
NFL Prince. He's got enough going on. I want to have the Seahawks for myself.
Well, you don't. You don't.
What?
I'm sorry.
Sucks.
You want to have what?
The Seahawks.
Oh,
for myself.
I didn't hear
What do you
that.
think I said?
Well, but here's
I have
the
that
thing.
too, Brock.
But here's the thing. It seems like you're kind of right in the biggest moment.
I know.
Not as it. What happened?
How dare you? What are you referring to? What's going on?
It sounds like you are kind of vacillating. Are you not in on the Seahawks anymore?
Listen. The Seahawks and Patriots haven't played for 6 months. I don't even remember who's on these teams, what they look like. What day is this today? Thursday? And we still have like 4 more days before the game. This is what happens. If everyone had to lock in after the NFC title game, there is not a person in the world, including every member of the Patriots organization, who would have taken the Patriots. The Seahawks, and then you sit there and they get a little time away, and you're like, oh, Vrabel, McDaniels, don't underestimate them. And that stuff is seductive to me. And I get bored. And we do 50,000 bleeping segments about who has the edge on this. And if I do every segment on our show about Seahawks, it gets pretty boring.
Yes.
So I start to do like a Gollum, Smeagol, Lord of the Rings thing where I have alternate personalities. And so I wouldn't say I'm going towards the Patriots, but I do think they're a little sexy.
What is it about them?
Like that coat.
Hold on. What is it about them that's sexy?
It's just they always win, okay? And I know the Seahawks do too. But eventually, if you're a fraud, eventually it catches up with you. And I'm not that impressed with the quarterback. It's fine. Drake is great, a young guy. I think the coach is really something, and I've been to enough of these Super Bowls where I have sat here on Radio Row, and it's like there's a team that no one is picking. Like that first Giants-Patriots Super Bowl, the helmet catch one, the only conversation on the row was how many points will the Patriots win by? And they lost. I mean, I remember a lot of them like that. So I'd like to say I'm not as naive enough to think like, oh, Seahawks will blow them out. I don't think they will. I'm not saying they won't win, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
The only difference, though, is all of those upsets.
Yeah.
They all involved a favorite that was a favorite because of their offense. They all involved high-powered passing offenses scoring a gazillion points.
The Broncos, the Chiefs, the Rams,
the greatest show on turf, the Patriots in 07. Like, all of those teams were ridiculous offenses. And, beats a ridiculous offense is a really good pass rush, and that's what happened to all of them.
Yeah.
The Seahawks aren't that.
No, they're not.
They're not a ridiculous, high-powered, 5 gazillion-yard offense. They're just a normal team who's just better than the Patriots are.
They're awesome. But you know what? I'll go another historical reference, the one I've been thinking about a lot this week. So everybody keeps saying Drake May could be the youngest quarterback ever to win the Super Bowl. And I keep thinking about young Roethlisberger on that Steelers team against Seattle.
I was there in
like,
05.
Okay, Roethlisberger was bad in that game.
Yeah, he was.
Like he played one of his worst games of the year.
QB rating or 20.
They have the Willie Parker touchdown, which I think would be Travion in this game. Like, it just kind of worked out where they didn't even play well and they still won. I think New England has a little bit of that Pittsburgh in them. Salk, you're hating what I'm saying.
No, that's a good point. That was was a good point.
The other one's all dog crap, though.
Everyone in our audience, though, right now, I wasn't there in 05, but everyone in our audience is going, well, the refs did this, and
they hated that, and Holmgren hated it, too.
Yeah,
is everyone in your audience like you, though? Do you think Seahawks fans are like, oh, we got this. We got this?
I don't think that's really how Seahawks fans operate.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
But I get the sense that's how you operate.
No, this week I do.
Salk's a contrarian to the market, Kyle.
No, see, that'll do well for you.
Generally doesn't agree with him.
Yeah. Okay, good. But that's fun.
It is. It is. Who of the Seahawks, because you've done 50,000 segments, give me your 3 Seahawks who can make the biggest Q rating impact in their careers Sunday afternoon.
All right, remind me what Q rating means?
Popularity means...
Oh, okay.
It means when you show, like, hey, let me show you a picture of Mike McDonald on the street. Who is this?
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I saw somebody do brilliantly a couple weeks ago.
All right, so that was really funny.
That was good.
Nobody knew the hell that Mike McDonald was. I may do that again after the Super Bowl. Just be like, this guy just won the Super Bowl. Do you know who he is? They still don't.
No.
And by the way, people thought I handpicked those people to just be ignorant. There was a whole pre-interview about how much you follow the league and you do fantasy, all that. You know who I'm rooting for so hard in this? And there's a lot of people who are not. I want Reek Woolen to have a game. I have never seen a Faces of Death experiment where his entire career flashed in front of him in 30 seconds. That was a near-death football experience. The penalty was bad enough. And then Stafford's like, all right, idiot, here we go. I'm going to light it up right now. His whole career was, if they lose that game, he's Buckner. It's over. You will never live that down.
Have you seen the McDonald's sound on it, too, from the sideline? Where the ref comes over and says, I'll explain to you. I'll figure out a number. And McDonald goes, I already know. It's 27.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I did not see that. See, that's a great McDonald's soundbite. More people should know that. It's like, I don't know him. If they had lost that game, God forbid, he is Buckner in Boston. It is all-timer. So if he jumps a route in this game, if he has a pick 6 or something like that, I think it is a hilarious story. And if we had to do some segment, give us a preposterous MVP of this game. I'm like, Reek Woolen going to Disneyland. That's what I want. So Reek Woolen definitely huge. What's another one? I mean, my favorite Seahawk is Walker. I mean, I love Charbonnet and he's not playing in the game, but I love Walker. And if Walker has 120 yards on a win, then he's like, all right, now I get to be talked about with all these guys walking around here and Bijan and McCaffrey. Like, if the Seahawks weren't here, Kenneth Walker's not walking around with Colgate getting a huge check, right? Maybe he should be. You know what I was doing the other day? I pulled up his college highlights. Holy crap, it's so fun to watch. Gosh. He has this 300-yard run against Northwestern. He's still running, and it's just absolutely dominating people. So I'd say him. And then I want to say someone fun like Gray Zabel or somebody like that. But I mean, look, is Darnold. It's an absurd thing.
So
I know it's been talked ad nauseum.
Okay, your seat. You're sitting up there on the big stage in the morning.
Sure, yeah.
You guys got a great set. You're one of the first noises in this building each morning. From that set down there, who's Sam Darnold? Because you can imagine we talk about him a lot, his story. But from the national perspective, the people you sit with, who is Sam Darnold to y'all?
I remember during Sam Darnold's rookie year, I went into the Jets locker room and I did a piece, like a man on the street type piece. It's late in the year. I did it only because they were the local team and I think they wanted a little goodwill. It was a morgue. It was the most depressing atmosphere I've ever been in. Todd Bowles had just been fired. And I saw Sam and I was like, oh, I got to get Sam Darnold, the cool new quarterback. And then he was just like, he was catatonic. Like, he was so miserable. It wasn't working out. He politely declined to speak, even for this lighthearted piece. And I was like, I guess this is how it ends for this guy. Never, he'll get one other second chance and that's it. I think the Jets getting rid of him is nothing compared to what happened last year in Minnesota, where they had a bird in the hand, essentially, like, nah, we like this kid from Michigan. Just an unbelievable thing. So to answer your question, I think it's after they beat the Rams, he's a completely different person. I think Sam Darnold is like a hopeful figure. He's become this real positive, resurrection. He's practically an NFL Christ figure at this point. Wholesome, family-friendly, resurrected from the hell that is New York. And now Sam Darnold's going to win the Super Bowl? It's ridiculous. It'd be like if Zach Wilson won the Super Bowl next year. You know what I'm saying? It's almost that. And listen, I've met a lot of players. I do it for work. It's not to brag. I have not met a guy who I found more solid, more kind, or more professional than Sam Darnold. So I'm openly rooting for him. Openly.
So what does the league learn? If he does win, does the league learn from that at all?
Don't go to the Jets, ever. He got jetsed. J-E-S-T''D. And, It's going to happen again next year. Do you think Sam Darnold is like, all of a sudden he just wins 28 games in back-to-back seasons and it was his fault that he just sucked with the Jets? It's preposterous.
Well, does it teach us then about Malik Willis or Will Levis or some of these other guys? They didn't get Jetsed, but maybe they got Titansed or somewhere else. Like, does it allow us to think differently about some of these quote-unquote failed quarterbacks?
It's like there's like the 10 best jobs that you could have as a quarterback in the league right now, and I think like a top 15 job to have as a quarterback is the 49ers backup. Like, you're not even starting. I would rather be the backup for the 49ers than the starter for a dozen teams. Mac Jones will be somewhere next year. Like, he'll be playing somewhere. And I know Shanahan's talked about it with Darnold. He's like, he just sat there and he listened, and he has this great phrase where he's like, you have to learn to give them their nuts back. And he says that about these quarterbacks. Like, you have to learn that they're the man again. And I think Baker Mayfield had him with McVay and when he was with the Rams. I think that's what we learned. Is like, Shanahan is amazing and so are McVay, and don't go to the Jets. And I don't like picking on the Jets as punching down, as low-hanging fruit, but my God, the proof is overwhelming.
Well, I wonder how much of it, I mean, we've talked a lot about it being, situation and what's around you, and then giving them time to develop and how much time it takes to just learn how to play it in the NFL. But hearing you say that, how much of it is just confidence?
I know.
Like, just feeling good about what you're doing every day.
Sam Darnold's first pass in the NFL was pick 6. And it was like, oh, crap, buckle up. This might be a crazy one. I remember vividly at his pro day at USC, the Haslam family from the Browns was there sitting with his parents in the crowd. There's a picture of Jimmy Haslam with the Darnold family, and then they drafted Baker. Like, they didn't like it either. That's immediate shot to your confidence, where you're supposed to be the #1 USC, and they drafted the short little guy like Baker Mayfield immediately. Then the pick 6 and the Jets. Like, most guys don't recover from. And you know they don't recover from? The toughest brand you can have, and this is a very harsh word, choker.
Yeah.
Last year, he looked like a choker. In those last 2 games it's not that he was pass rushed or he wasn't ready, wasn't focused. He was floating passes, and that's really why Minnesota got rid of him. That's an almost impossible label to get over. And by the way, I hate to say this, if he throws a couple away on Sunday, it's going to be back. You know it's going to be back. You know how many people in this room are like, oh, Sam Darnold, great story. Monday, they can be like, choker. They can't wait. They already got that in their draft folder. They're ready to pounce on Monday. I hope it doesn't happen.
Yep. Last time you were with us, you weren't wearing that gorgeous jacket.
Supple, isn't it?
Oh, my God.
My wife picked it out.
Did she really?
She did. We went to the mall like it's 1995, and we bought a leather jacket. Thanks, man. Thank you.
Looks great on you.
Wilson's leather?
You told us about your wonderful trip to the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, yeah.
Picking blueberries.
Hell yeah.
Oh, gosh. Great. And I can totally visualize.
Rock, let me tell you about Black Diamond, Washington, the Black Diamond Bakery. Oh. They got a spot there. It's a bakery. I'm like, we're just going to go have cake for lunch? Like, oh, no, they got food there, too, and eggs and stuff like that.
Yep.
I probably had an 8,000-calorie lunch, and I wanted dessert, too. Black Diamond Bakery, shout them out. Fantastic place.
Well done. So you think of the Pacific Northwest, you have those stories.
Yeah.
Flip that football around, if you wouldn't mind, and you're going to have to autograph it later. You look at that Seahawk brand or the logo right above your head right there. What is that brand? What's a Seahawk brand?
So much nostalgia, unfortunately. It's like when you ask me Seahawks, I'm like Richard Sherman, Marshawn. Like, that's all great, but I'm from Chicago, and for decades, Bears fans are just obsessed with 1985. Duh, Bears. I think that stuff's so pathetic. I grew up with Mike Dingletary.
Being obsessed with a 19-something-5 timeline?
No, right.
I can't imagine what that would be like. Seattle Mariners fans. Go ahead.
But I miss the Mariners, too. I had a Griffey jersey growing up like every other kid, and I had my hat backwards. I love that stuff. I've always, my personal relationship is like, Seattle was always the coolest city in the world to me because I had never been there, but they had Pearl Jam and the Space Needle, and they had Griffey and Randy Johnson. Like, Seattle's like, it was like the land of Oz to me. But this weekend is massive, not because they can win the Super Bowl. Let's be honest. We think about Russell Wilson trying to throw to Ricardo Lockett inexplicably. Does this now erase all that? Like, if you beat the Patriots, at least it replaces it, and I think it's a massive deal. This is so much different than if they were playing the Broncos or the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up Buckner, and they didn't beat the Mets, but once 04 happened, Buckner's off the hook. Nobody thinks about Buckner the same way. Nobody thinks about Bartman the same way
Not at all.
as they used to. I mean, once you win, everything gets forgiven at that point. And so I do think it's a nice potential moment for whoever you choose to blame in that game, whether it's the coach or whether it's the offensive coordinator or the quarterback, and we've heard
I wonder what Russ, like, when the matchup happened, like, Russ Wilson, was he like, oh, man, now 2 weeks of showing that play again? Or is he like, go get him, guys, make do? What do you think?
That's interesting.
I don't think Russ thinks it's his fault.
Is he coming on your guys' show
It
next
is,
couple
right?
days?
Well, it depends who you ask, I think.
What is the standing explanation? I've never been satisfied because Pete was doing the Pete thing after blah, 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 could have run there. I I never really have been satisfied with the explanation of what happened.
I'll give you my explanation.
Okay.
For as long as you want.
I've heard
it.
theories.
There is absolutely no reason to run the ball there. Running the ball is ridiculous. You have one timeout, and it's second down. Why would you run the ball?
Because you're assured of a score.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
You're not
sure you
assured
are.
of anything in
You
the
have
NFL.
Marshall.
You ran him on first down, and he didn't
You got
score.
a couple of yards. So you're an apologist for this.
I think that if you don't score there, then you're screwed. Now you got to call timeout. Now you got to throw the ball twice. You don't want to do that.
The problem is if you pass, there's a potential it might be intercepted.
But what you need to do in that spot is you need to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You need to run play action. You have to, because
Play
everyone
action.
thinks Marshawn is getting the ball.
Okay.
And you have to use Russ's legs.
Yes.
And then if it's not there, he has to throw it away.
That's right.
Brock, you agree?
Which is why Darrell Bevel
yeah,
is the
100%.
person to
That's
blame here.
fascinating. 100%.
It is not Pete. It is not
Yeah,
Russ.
sure.
It is Darrell Bevel. He called a play that involved having Ricardo Lockett as the primary receiver.
Thrown in the middle of the field that Russ doesn't see at his height, and he would never tell you he doesn't see it, but he doesn't see it.
And required Jermaine Kearse to block, essentially, Brendan Browner, who you knew personally because he did. Anyway, we're not going to go all the way through this. It's too frustrating. But there you go. There's your, if you were looking for an explanation.
Well, you guys are far more nuanced than this because you're in it, but I'm still
we spent 8 years talking about it. Yeah. No, I mean, every...
Longer than that.
Has it? I thought once COVID hit, didn't it?
I just feel like I hope we're not talking about it on Monday. Like let's get that hell out of there.
So here's my question for you.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this yesterday when you think about that brand. If the Seahawks win, they've now been to 4 Super Bowls in 20 years.
Pretty cool.
It would be 2 Super Bowl wins in less than 15 years. Do they start to become more of a nationally relevant brand? I know that we talk about, the Cowboys if, somebody sneezes. I'm not expecting that. But does it change the conversation and thought process around the team in general?
It should, and it will a little bit, but not a lot.
Because?
You're just so far away.
It's geography, I guess, but I hate that because we talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all the time. Is Tampa a huge media market? No, it's just a thing. It's the quarterback is not Caleb Williams or one of these bright shiny objects. He was, and when the journey is really nuanced and complicated. And then honestly, we joke about this, but the reason I went on the streets and asked people to identify Mike McDonald is I thought it was really interesting that no one knows who the hell he is.
Yep.
He looks just like the stock image of a golf pro. His name, Mike McDonald, just sounds made up. No one even knows how to spell it. It's not McDonald, it's M-A-C, and all the letters are lowercase. It's really strange.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, you guys talk about Mike McDonald all day. It never, ever comes up in a rundown of a national show or an ESPN show. I don't know if half the people at ESPN or NFL Network could identify the picture of Mike McDonald.
Yep.
I don't know if half my co-hosts could do it. So the answer is probably no.
And
He's got to win
Kyle?
5 of them or something in order for people to start talking about him.
Maybe.
Dude runs off 5 straight Super Bowls and everyone's like, yeah, I don't know.
But you know what's crazy?
Let's talk about the Cowboys. Dude, sneeze.
Here's what's crazy.
Yeah.
If you sat down with them, right, this afternoon, and you sat for an hour with them, right, eating pizza or meal and talking ball.
Yeah, I've never met him.
You'd be like, this guy is freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
He is so smart. So we had Michael Gervais, the team psychologist, on, who worked with the team with Pete, and he's just like, you sit with you and you realize it right away. And I don't know if this happens to you. There's 3 or 4 humans in my life that I sit with. I'm like, their brain just operates. Jason Benetti, who I play by, his brain just operates differently. He's just on a different level. Peyton Manning, sat with him, different level.
Oh,
their brain just processes different.
Yeah.
Mike's like that, man.
Yeah.
You'd sit with him and be like, this guy's emotional intelligence, his football intelligence, his social intelligence, his book intelligence, just a smart dude.
I saw him with you guys. He was talking about the We Do Not Care.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I found that really likable. And again, we're back at that same question.
His overthinking, when he was sitting there going, oh.
Yeah. And then the delay and how do I talk? But
Yes.
why doesn't that clip lead Sports Center? It just doesn't. It should be everywhere. And if it was Sean McVay or if it was Mike McCarthy, anybody, there's something sleepy about it that I don't like, but I see.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, so we've
So it
talked.
doesn't change even with a win.
We talked for a good 15 minutes here.
I'm trying to think of a guy the thing of the dynasties. Is there ever been a coach who won a Super Bowl as a sleepy coach that nobody remembers?
Ooh.
I don't I'm trying to think of the one-offs.
I mean, the George Seiferts,
Doug
right?
Peterson.
Doug Peterson would be
Doug
one.
Peterson win a Super Bowl?
He did win a Super Bowl, yes.
Won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's from Ferndale, Washington, by the way.
Doug Peterson is?
Yeah,
Love Doug. He has a
originally.
statue outside of Philadelphia. Incredible. But I'm listening. Mike McDonald should be a household name, but I don't know.
What have you been hearing from people this week? Just as you have people on the set who you had on who's been great, what have you heard from people that kind of stands out to you?
Everybody's just obsessed with the Seahawks defense.
Really?
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
they're
what's
on
great?
at 3 in the morning, so they don't have a lot of guests.
No, we
either.
did once today. The first part of the show, Brock, by the way, you're right. It feels like we're on at 1 in the morning.
Yes.
It's idiotic. And they're like, all right, bring that energy. I'm like, I'm a corpse. And I'm made for this. We were just sitting down with Urlacher like a half an hour ago, and he was just like stars in his eyes about, I wish I could play for that Seattle defense. And he's one of the greatest defenses we've ever seen. He's like, at every level, this and that. He's like, I could just run around and make plays. It'd be so fun, and it's so loud. A lot of people are getting a kick. I'm diving into a lot of the history of these two franchises. So I didn't know all this stuff that the Seattle Seahawks used to be owned by the Nordstrom family, and they tried to move it to L.A., and we have footage of people standing in front of a truck trying to move. I didn't know any of that stuff. So the point is, like, I'm trying to teach people that, learn it myself, but, like, that's probably garden variety for you guys.
Yeah.
Some of it is, yeah. Did Leonard Williams come up at all in those conversations? Because of everyone, like...
Not that much.
See, that is
that much.
horrifying
Not
to
that
me.
much.
Leonard Williams is, like, maybe the best player on this team. He's the leader of this team. He might be one of the 3 best defensive linemen in the league right now. Nobody even talks about him.
If you just walk around, and this is what you do here, just listen to shows, take a 20-second pause at each table, like, all you really hear about is Sam Darnold. Maybe occasionally Jackson Smith and Jigba, but, like, no one's going deep on the defensive linebackers or the O-line. No one is. And if they are, it's about the Patriots guys.
Will you please do me a favor tomorrow on
what
the
do you
show?
got?
Just talk about Leonard Williams for a little bit. Just talk about how good Leonard Williams is.
Not only am I going to talk about Leonard Williams, I'm going to shout you guys out, and I'm going to shout to the rest of the floor that they should be talking about Leonard Williams.
That's fine. That's enough. Yeah.
That's it.
That
No,
works.
but I'm also going to go deep on Leonard Williams. By the way, because we have nothing else to talk about. It's already the end of the week. We're already dried out. I'll talk about anything you want. I don't care.
How is Leonard Williams?
I'll talk about Leonard Skinner. Whatever you want. I need things to talk about.
Actually, you know what you should do is talk to Leonard Williams at some point. He's an awesome interview.
Yeah.
Just a really
we've had him on.
smart, and like genuine guy.
Yeah.
And he uses a word that, for whatever reason, comes up with this team a lot. And it's not a word you hear often in football. It's not transparent. It's vulnerable.
Who's vulnerable?
They will
The
talk
team.
about themselves.
Mike McDonald on our show saying, I think I overthought that one. You know, sitting there on stage and classic.
That's cool.
He's vulnerable. And John Schneider's vulnerable. And the whole crew, like, I don't know, Kyle, it's interesting. If you would have done this 11 years ago with us in Radio Row in Arizona and the year before in New York, that was a different crew, man. That was a pack of hyenas, as Gervais said. Like, just wild. Just fur flying, spit everywhere, noisy.
I used to talk to Mike Robinson. I'm like, when did you guys know you're going to win that game? He's like, second we won the title game. We knew Denver had nothing for us.
This team?
Yeah.
This team is
They're
like
vulnerable with each other. It's bizarre.
They got like this true like love.
They're sensitive.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They care
that's
about
a cool
each other,
storyline. It's
man.
first I've heard of it.
Stop it.
I'm not kidding. No one's talking about how they're vulnerable. You know what they're talking about? Hey, Sam Darnold used to be on the Jets. Did you guys know that? And then he transferred. You know who's not vulnerable? Salk about the fact that the Seahawks should have handed it to Marshawn at the goal line. Not vulnerable, invulnerable. You went into a whole breakdown of the coordinator and the timeouts. I love it.
Sam Darnold's a quarterback. You know that?
He didn't always play for Seattle.
Sam.
He was on the Vikings. Sam Darnold.
Carolina for a little while, I think.
Sam Darnold's a quarterback and the Seahawks.
Who plays for the D-line? Sam Darnold. He plays every position. He's also the coach and the owner.
What a world we live in. Yeah. Thank you for doing this.
Of
We
course.
appreciate it.
This is fun.
And thank you for jumping on this bandwagon early. And I think we've gotten you back on. I think we've pulled you back.
You got to
over
make
to
your
the
pick
good
tomorrow,
side here.
probably.
Probably going to make the pick tomorrow.
Probably make
trying
your
to think
pick
about what
tomorrow.
grunge lyric I'm going to use to apply it. But yeah, like, we'll see. There'll be people who do the Patriots just for a look at me moment. I don't really believe it.
Jamie wouldn't do it. Who's Jamie going to pick?
The Vikings are not even playing. I don't know, probably. She'll probably pick the Seahawks, too.
All I know is that Drake May on the other side, Kyle, like, confident kid, so young. It's unbelievable. We're getting old. He's getting younger. He's going to lay his head on his pillow Saturday. He's going to wake up Sunday, and he's going to know, like, hellfire's coming for him.
Really?
Oh, he's going to wake up like this. He watches every game save for Stafford.
Yeah.
All right, Stafford and Puka and those guys,
Yeah.
there's a familiarity. Stafford's a different human. You watch him in person as we did at the game. Like, he's different.
Hellfire's coming from him. I just got goosebumps.
It's coming.
Okay.
Because he knows he puts that tape on a Brock Purdy, like, oof. He puts a tape on a Bryce Young.
Yeah, that's rough.
He puts a tape on a Jaden Daniels dislocated elbow. Oof.
What about the Stafford tape, though? That's pretty good.
But he's not Stafford,
No,
and that
no.
team is not Stafford,
No,
and he
for
doesn't
sure.
have Stafford weapons.
Or Stafford protection.
Or Stafford protect. Like, he's got to run. I got to run against these guys.
You guys are really there's a contagious feeling coming across the table.
Good. Nice.
And it's this, like, it's this we got this sort of elbow on the table thing. Just trust me. When Heward said Hellfire's coming, I'm going to remember that. I may even use that.
It's coming.
Kyle Brandt, Good Morning Football and everything else. Thank you so much.
Seriously.
Thanks for stopping by. You were the one person.
Yep.
You're so far the only guest we've had here at Radio Row. It's true. But we did have one, Brock. We did have one guest, which was great. We actually have a few more coming up today. I think 7:30, our friend Albert Breer is going to stop by. And
Mike Felger's dropping by. I think Jonathan Hankins is dropping by.
Are we talking
I
to Big
think Chris
Hank?
Berman, the boomer, boom, is dropping by.
So today's going to be pretty fun.
Jeez.
We got some pretty fun people lined up for today. Stick around with us. We're getting ready for the Super Bowl. We're talking about Nick Emmanwori, who sure dropped good news on everybody yesterday. We got a lot to get to. Don't go anywhere. It's Brock and Salk. We are here at the Super Bowl, man, just like the Seahawks are on Seattle Sports on 710.
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl.
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN!
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
Look, we're all getting excited about the big game. And when it comes to football, one of the most important things to think about is your snacks. It's Mike Salk here. Make sure to put Daisy Sour Cream Dips on your list this year. Daisy Sour Cream Dips are so creamy, so flavorful, you'd swear they were made from scratch. That's because they're made with ingredients you can actually find in your kitchen. No preservatives, no artificial ingredients. They're great with chips or wings or veggies, whatever you got going on. So look for delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and Creamy Ranch at your local grocery store.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again, and it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
2 more days until Super Bowl 60.
And this is the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl. KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
This is Brock and Salk.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
All right, all our coverage this week is presented by WGU and Brock. It's about game time.
It is.
It's getting towards. It's not quite game day raw.
No.
But it is getting towards game time, man. It is Friday. The game is now starting to take center stage. All of the ancillary stuff has gone away. We know now that Nick Emmanwori says he's going to be okay. So we're sort of over the crisis of Nick Emmanwori's ankle. It may play a role, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be a significant factor. He's going to be out there. He's going to play. He says he's not going to be limited, so we'll see what all that looks like. But that crisis, anyway, seems to be over. And now it's time to just start thinking about how these Seahawks are going to handle the Patriots. And I have not changed my view at all. I'll say this for the 10th time in the last day. If these two teams played 10 times, I think the Seahawks win 8. I think they blow them out 4. I think they win.
And by blowout, you mean
10
2
plus.
score.
Yeah,
2 score.
More than a touchdown.
Yeah.
I think they win a couple, and I think the Patriots probably win a couple.
Yeah.
And, hey, look, Sunday could be one of the two that the Patriots win. That's the way the world works in the NFL. That's what it means to say that you think your team will win 80% of the time. It means the other team will win 20.
Yep.
But I really see this as a game where the Seahawks are the superior team, and if they go take care of business, and by the way, that whole loose but focused thing, it sure seems to be working for them. Morrow was just pointing the shadow boxing videos my way, and it's not just them shadow boxing. It's the guys like doing color commentary on it and shouting across the. They're just into each other and having a great time, and they're loose but focused, and I think they're
all right. So two things jump out to me as we play kind of the open there, and you hear that Seahawks. You just feel that, and these people in this building may not know, and most of the country may not know them, and they couldn't name 10 Seahawks. They're going to feel that, just as Joe and Troy did in the 2013 Super Bowl, where after he should have gone silent, Joe and Troy are like, man, this is not corporate. This does not feel like a lot of other Super Bowls. I think there's going to be caravans making their way down beginning today, driving down here from Seattle. I showed you some pictures of friends that were flying in yesterday to get down here. You're going to hear the full throat of those 12 as one. The 12s are going to be here.
So do you think, I would assume, I was out with a couple buddies who live here last night, had a really good dinner. And great to see a couple of my best friends who happen
He's
to
got to
live
get
in
rid
the
of that
Bay Area.
man bun.
Oh, don't give
No,
Keith
he
any
does.
grief.
He's got, that's bad
I know.
luck.
He's into the
If
man
you're a
bun.
friend, just tell him, like, bro, that's bad luck.
I've told him.
Okay.
Believe me,
All
I've
right,
tried.
good.
He
Okay.
likes the man bun. There's
All right.
nothing I can do.
Okay.
And they both said, like, yeah, it feels pretty evenly split. Like, everywhere they've gone, like, yeah, see about the same
I think
number
so far.
of Patriots
Yeah, I
and
think so
Seahawks
far.
fans.
I think that's probably true. I think by kickoff, I think it's going to feel 70-30 in there, 60-40.
Okay.
And just gut feeling. Again, what's happened in the past, if it's any indicator of what's to come, the ease of getting here versus all the way from New England and everything else, the familiarity of that trip, I think it's going to be 60-40, and that 60 is going to be really loud because they don't like all of the fact that nobody knows them. They don't like that. They're going to make their presence felt. The other thing, I was just watching interview Paul Sylvia with Coach McDonald, and they put the pads on. And we talked about that. When Nick got banged up, it was at the end of practice when the pads were off. And he's like, it was 6 plays. You know, it was like 6 opening plays and some run and stall. And the guys were like, I don't want to take them off. Keep them on. And he's like, no, we're going to take the pads off, boys. A.J. Barner's like, let's stay in pads. You know, like, and obviously.
That's kind of awesome.
The old line, I know I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
They just want to go hit.
It's February. These dudes have been playing since July. And it's like, no, man, the Super Bowl's here. Put the pads on. I want to hit. I want to go. That to me is like not fake news. That's not a fake story. That's not fake tough guy. That's like, let's go. Put the freaking pads on and let's go. And again, their level of violence that they create at the point of attack, their level of violence they create in their front seven, their level of violence, the way their bigs run and their littles tackle, there's not a team that we have seen this year that can match that. And I don't think this team on Sunday that they're going to face can match that.
Who are we going to be talking about on Monday?
I don't know, but I'm.
Hey, you're getting all worked up. Brock's working himself into a lather like a racehorse
I'm
over here.
kind of getting juiced up. Just thinking about that.
Who are we going to be talking about on Monday morning? I mean, I know we're going to be talking about Mike. I know we're going to be talking about Sam. You can't help it.
Yep.
Who else are we going to be talking
I
about?
think Kyle Brandt is right. I think K9, this is the kind of stage that I think a K9 is like, yeah, they're going to be a focus on JSN, and there's going to be some focus on things, and they're going to blitz, and they're going to get some negative plays, and they may stop him, and he may have a negative 4-yard run, but guess what, man? Like, if you bring a lot of people and you put a lot of people around the line, it takes one crease. And this should be a fast track, you know, that's going to be good enough weather. It's going to cloud up a little bit.
Yeah,
it's
but
been
it's gonna be
absolutely
nice.
Gorgeous these last 3 days.
I wish I could explain to
unbelievable.
people how nice it's been
Yes.
here. And the locals, as I said, my buddies last night, they're like, this is the nicest weather I can remember in the winter.
It's been
They're
incredible.
like, not just nice during the day, it's nice at night.
Yep.
It's like 60 degrees.
And we
at
see
night.
running backs. You were talking about the old Super Bowls that have been on TV and watching them, and you do see, like, running backs have days.
Roger Craig going into the Hall of Fame last night. What was the guy? Timmy Smith?
Timmy Smith.
Who did it for Washington that
Timmy
year.
Smith.
Obviously, all the Emmett Smith years. I mean, like, there are guys. Little Joe Morris, Otis Anderson. Yeah, I mean,
I
absolutely.
think they're going to be committed to that because if New England is going to do what I think they're going to do, and that's be pretty darn aggressive, the way to counter that is to use that speed against them, is to out-leverage them, is to outflank them, and then come the play-action shots and everything else. So, yeah, I think K9 and the screen game has been so good. You want to look at one of the things that's really grown. They've taken care of the football. That's the most obvious. But think of the screen game against the Rams on Thursday night, against the Niners in the divisional round, a couple of great ones in the championship game. That screen game's been effective. And then, you know, you get to games like this too. And the guy we talked to at the start of this week, Rashid Shaheed, special teams.
His name was on my list.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we talk about Rashid Shaheed and just that game-breaking speed that's different. It was different with Percy Harvin. You see those guys on big stages at times, like, wow, that guy is just a – and then all of a sudden that fast guy plays even a step faster with all the juice and adrenaline.
I'll give you a name. And this is just a gut. I have no evidence behind this because we've not spent much time talking about him this year. I think he's had a good year, but it's not been the most flashy year.
Oh.
Julian Love. A guy we've barely talked about.
True.
His name does not come up very often.
Hashtag truth.
I think he's had an excellent year. Yep. I think he does. I mean, I think when you talk to Mike McDonald, you get that sense of like, remember when he was out and he's like, oh, I need him back.
Yes.
Like, I want my guy to communicate, to tell everybody what to do. I need my guy. He just feels like someone to me, because he's always in the right spot, because he's such a smart dude, that's just going to be in that right spot to pick up a fumble or intercept a pass or knock something down. He's not the most talented guy on this team. He's not the flashiest guy on this team. But for whatever reason, his name just was the first one that popped to my mind as somebody that I would love to see. And by the way, if we're talking about Julian Love on Monday, it'd be a really good thing.
Yep.
That would mean that the Seahawks have probably won this game and maybe even won it in a big way, because I think that's what they do. We keep getting asked about when you knew about this team, and I'm going to keep focusing on the blowouts. Man, they blew the doors off of teams.
Yep.
And when I went on yesterday in Boston, you know what the argument was in favor of the Patriots? They've been very lucky this year. And that's literally what Felger and Maz were giving me. They're like, hey, who's the best player in this team? JSN, he's probably going to get hurt, because that's what happens to the Patriots.
Because they're the team of destiny.
Because just people get hurt around them, and they get to play Jarrett Stidham, and this guy stinks, and that guy's bad, and everything just kind of works out. That's literally the argument right now in favor of the Patriots. It's not, we think that this guy can take apart that defense, and this defense is going to get to this. They don't have any of that. And Milton Williams, a little bit, okay, fine, we've talked about it, we recognize it. But other than that, the argument in favor of the Patriots is they've been a very lucky team this year, and they'll probably get lucky again in the Super Bowl.
It's about to run out.
All right, that's enough. We'll be right back. I'm done with you. I think maybe rooming together has gotten to be too much at the end of this week. We'll give you guys everything you need to know. Albert Breer is going to stop by. Now, talk about a national guy that knows the Seahawks.
Yes.
Albert Breer is on the list.
Yes,
national guy who knows this team. He'll join us coming up in 20. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's
going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
Hey, it's February, and we're a month into those fitness goals and resolutions. And are you already tired of the crowded gyms and sweaty machines? Maybe you're ready to upgrade your fitness equipment in your own home. Well, I got the place and some deals for you. Hey, Brock Heward here with my friends at Top Fitness. Right now, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit to use for Precor, True, or Inspire treadmills. Top Fitness sells the best quality products available. Brands like Precor, True, Octane, Inspire Stairmaster, and much more. It's trade-in days at Top Fitness, and it's not too late to get in the best shape of your life. Top Fitness has the largest selection of home fitness equipment in the state of Washington, and their staff will truly show you why. It's no secret that everybody, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love their stores. Top Fitness has locations at Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. And remember, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit today. Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Gear up for the big game at Simply Seattle. Shop official Seahawks playoffs gear and custom Simply original designs. Shop in-store or online and enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree now at simplyseattle.com.
Here's what you can look forward to when you get your windows replaced. The whole house being way warmer and a lot quieter. Dave Wyman here, and when we had finally had it with our old windows with broken seals, we called Harley Exteriors. They were incredibly friendly, professional, and absolutely knew their stuff. Harley Exteriors windows are a massive upgrade. They keep heat in and noise out. Plus, they're truly gorgeous windows. I said, you guys must use a different type of glass, and sure enough, it's their Olympic Series, which is manufactured here in the Pacific Northwest and exclusive to Harley Exteriors. Harley Exteriors has a special offer for Seattle sports fans. Buy one window and get the second 40% off. No payments or interest until 2027, and take an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today. That's harleyexteriors.com.
If you actually are the person that will take care of them after the fact. If you actually will be there for them, if you will pick up your phone, then they come back to you.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
If you've been in a wreck or a fender bender,
You have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility, not just where your insurance company tells you to go. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. With over 25 years of auto repair work, they'll exceed your expectations.
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
At Accurate Auto Body, all their work is performed by certified technicians, only using OEM parts to guarantee the safety of you and your family. For the best in auto body collision repair and customer service, give them a call at 425-883-2450 or AccurateAutobody.wa.com. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
Dave Wyman here, joined by Dr. Landis from Swedish Cyberknife to talk about prostate cancer treatments. Dr. Landis, how does Cyberknife compare to surgery?
Patients who have surgery often do have to be hospitalized for a few days and have to take time off of work. They can have a catheter, they have a wound that's healing. Whereas with Cyberknife, patients often don't have to take a break from work at all.
And Cyberknife is an outpatient, non-invasive treatment?
Essentially, it's a 5-day treatment, about 30 minutes per day. You walk in, you walk out, you essentially don't feel anything at all during treatment. Many patients still work full-time while they're having treatment.
5 days total, less than an hour a day to treat prostate cancer. That really is amazing. It's almost too good to be true. What do patients say after treatment?
They tell me it's like Star Trek, where you push a button and the cancer can go away.
If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish Cyberknife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
All right, it was good news coming down yesterday on the Nick Emmanwori front, and I think we could say this story is now mostly behind us. I mean, it won't be 100% until we get a chance to see him out on the field on Sunday, but he didn't practice yesterday. He did, however, meet with the media, and I don't think he's meeting with the media if this was a significant problem that was going to severely limit him or obviously keep him out of the game. Apparently, it is a low ankle sprain, cut number 2. He explains what happened and how he feels.
Yeah, it just kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Like, nobody really wants to get hurt or banged up during the Super Bowl week or any week at that. So it just kind of caught me off guard. Just a little scared, but imaging came back and, Doc spoke and we got a good plan to go for Sunday. So I'll be fine. I'll be good.
Okay, so obviously he's feeling pretty good, and I get it. You're a couple days before the Super Bowl, you come down awkward, your knee, or your ankle rather, twists funny, you feel a sharp pain, and you're like, oh my God.
Did that just happen?
Right now? Now this is going to happen to me? And then as you sort of go through it and they bring the swelling down and you have the imaging and you talk to the doctor, I'm sure he's starting to feel confident again.
I would think so. It's funny, every week here at the playoffs and in the Super Bowl, remember the scare of Fred Warner? Fred Warner going to play on that ankle. He out there bouncing around. And then it was Charles Cross's like hamstring and foot. Like, what? it was his knee. Now it's his hamstring. Now it's his foot. Is he going to be able to suck it up and go and play against the Rams and Jared Verse? And and then this week, obviously a pretty big scare that reverberated everywhere because Nicky Emmanwori is a big deal. He's a Kyle Hamilton in many ways to this defense. You saw what happened in the playoffs, or that quasi-playoff game when Kyle Hamilton went out versus Pittsburgh. So did Baltimore's defense.
Yeah.
And that's an impact you want, and it looks like you're going to get from Nicky Emmanwori.
Yeah, really good news there. So, and for the most part, the rest of the injury report good too. Sam Darnold was a full participant, so that storyline seems to be behind us as well with his oblique. Robbie Oots was the only other guy to miss some of practice, and other than that, they are full send, full go as we are just coming down the final stretch here.
You know, it's a good thing, too. Like Maura, she got a little headache. She had blisters from the 2-mile walk you put us on through Chinatown, which she was wearing her flats. But you know what? She's going to suck it up and go, too.
She does.
Because she's like that.
Yeah. She's Soundhound.
It's Soundhound, and it's the biggest game of the year. Let's go
built
finish.
different.
Are Bump and Stacy? How are Bump and Stacy going to be when they come in here? How are they going to be feeling?
Yeah.
I think Stacy's going to be fine. Bump, we'll see.
Okay.
Game time decision.
Questionable.
I believe
game
I
time
heard
decision.
Bump. We parted ways last night. We were all together. Stacy and I parted ways earlier, and I believe Bump was already apologizing to her
For the next day?
that he may be tired in the morning.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
But he's probable. He's probable.
Probable?
He's
Okay. Probable. Good to hear.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Yeah, how about JSN, man? Offensive Player of the Year gets announced last night. Kudos to him. I mean, I'm going to talk a little bit about G. Scott and give him credit for calling this and saying that this guy is the best in the world, and it turns out G was absolutely right. But the real credit, obviously, goes to JSN for turning himself into the best in the world, for getting better and better, for continuing to improve, for maximizing his opportunity.
Bigger
He's
surprise.
done it this year.
Bigger surprise. Kyle Raleigh hits 60 bombs and finishes second in the MVP race to Aaron Judge. Or Jackson Smith-Njigba, after trading DK Metcalf, shatters every Seahawk single season receiving record and is the NFL Offensive Player of the Year.
Yes.
Both, right?
Yes. I mean, the answer is yes. They're both shocking and enormous reasons why the teams are where they are. And, yeah, I think I'd probably go with Cal as even more surprising.
Right.
But, I mean, both of them have just been tremendous stories. And I really hate what happened to him last night. It really stinks, this Drewski guy. Who,
Hey, you said he
I
wasn't
know, but he goes
solved.
out and butchers his name. It sounds like on purpose. The whole thing stinks. It I just... What a cheap way to try to get a laugh. It's not funny.
And
it's
so
dumb.
anti-Seahawks.
It's rude.
It's so anti their brand. Come on, man. Be better.
Yeah.
And this is his day, his stage.
Right.
Something that's going to be remembered. Something his family and friends and everybody's watching.
It's like that
last
John
night.
Travolta bit, too. Remember when Travolta did that with, oh my God, now I'm going to blank on her name. The woman who's in Frozen. She's tremendous. She can really sing. And he just totally butchered her name as she was winning her award. It just, that stuff stinks.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not...
Be better.
Absolutely be better. It's just awful. All right, other awards yesterday. Mike Vrabel, Coach of the Year. Mike McDonald came in third. Let's see.
Stafford wins the closest MVP race ever. How about
Yes.
that? Just one first-place vote separate. I think it's 24 to 23 votes.
I believe I heard that one vote went to Herbert, who wasn't even a candidate.
Possibly. There was, one Sam Monson, I believe, voted for Herbert. So if he would have voted for May, then maybe it would have been a co-MVP, but that's how close Drake came to winning the MVP. You watched the last 3 weeks. That's the only thing I would say. Like, you watch the last 3 weeks, and he's been bad, and he's been sacked, and their offense. But for most of the year,
Yeah, he was a lot better.
Dude was nails.
Adina Menzel. Thank you. I'm just struggling a little bit with the name there.
that.
No, I
Yeah,
wasn't
thank
expecting you,
Okay.
to.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Also want to throw some congrats at Bobby Wagner. He is the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award winner. I can't imagine a person more suited for this award
could
than
have won
Bobby
that
Wagner.
multiple times.
Right?
It feels like, right?
They don't do that, I don't think.
No.
I think this is one and done type of award,
Yeah.
but he's been the nominee for his team in multiple cities.
So he'll be out for the Super Bowl, right? They usually honor it, whether that's at the coin flip or at some. I remember Andrew Whitworth a couple years ago. Like,
Yep.
Good. And this might be time. Yeah, this might be it too. Just physically. Luke Kuechly goes into
Think
the
he
Hall
shows
of
up
Fame.
wearing Seahawks stuff?
Oh.
Does Bobby show up out on the field like Seahawks? I mean, he still plays for the Commanders,
Right.
I don't think he could do that.
Probably not.
I don't think he can do that. That doesn't sound right. We also get the Hall of Fame class announced yesterday. Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, Roger Craig. Here is Larry Fitzgerald in Cut 13 talking to Randy Moss, his childhood hero, about this honor.
Oh, man. You know what to do, boy. That's just so many memories flooding my mind. You know, being out there training camp and just watching you guys and hoping one day just to have the opportunity to do it. Like, just the opportunity, never to imagine, you know, to have a career that was worthy of you know, being immortalized in the history of the game.
And so to do it in Arizona for 2 decades.
Yeah.
Right? Just Arizona for that, to play through all the kind of dysfunction and chaos of that organization. And save for Kurt Warner, some of the quarterbacks that he had to play with, too.
Is he their only Hall of Famer?
I don't think so.
Is there another primary Cardinal Hall of Famer? Who would it be? I can't think of anyone. Like, who played primarily with the Cardinals?
Right. Adrian Wilson.
Let's see the list here. Larry Fitzgerald, Kurt Warner, Aeneas Williams, Edgerrin James.
No.
Mora.
He's on the list.
Primarily Mora.
I know, you think of him as a Colt.
Aeneas Williams.
Yeah, or a Seahawk.
Yeah.
No, a Colt. Aeneas Williams would be the other one. All right. Yeah.
Deerdorf?
Dan Deerdorf was a Cardinal?
I guess.
Wasn't he like a punter in like 1906 or something? All right, that is everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. Yeah, Aeneas Williams. He's a really good player and a Cardinal for a long time.
Yep.
Shout out to Aeneas Williams.
Ron Wolfley.
I don't know whether Wolfley's in the Hall of Fame. Maybe the
fullback special team.
Maybe the getting into a fight with your co-host Hall of Fame. I don't know. All right, we got to take a quick break. I think Burt Breer's going to come by, but he looked half asleep when we saw him. So it's 50-50. If he doesn't show up, I got a secondary plan. But Albert Breer, Monday Morning Quarterback, going to stop by and join us here in just a moment. All of our coverage down here, Brock, all of it is presented by WGU. We'll be right back here on your home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
The Boat Show, the Boat Show, the Big Seattle Boat Show.
The Big Seattle Boat Show ends this Saturday, February 7th. It's the best time to buy, with big selection, big discounts, and big fun for everyone. It's a big deal. Presented by Sundance Yachts and Port of Seattle. Make it a date Friday evenings with Boat Show After Dark, featuring unforgettable ambiance, music, food, beer, and wine. Details and discount tickets at seattleboatshow.com.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber The Door Store. As we turn the corner on a new year and start planning for home projects and better weather, now is the time to come in and see all we have to offer. Our bargain barn is loaded with great deals with many exterior and interior options. And if you need your order quicker, now is the time of year to take advantage of our pre-hung and popular matchup service. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline. And don't forget to check us out online at franklumber.com.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
It's home show season. To celebrate, Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off and a lifetime installation warranty, plus 12 months to pay with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest financing. See us at the home shows or visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
I'm Chris Davis, former King County prosecutor and founder of the Davis Law Group in Seattle. If you've been injured in a crash caused by impaired or drunk drivers, there are special considerations that need to be taken to protect your legal rights. Davis Law Group's team of investigators and lawyers know how to properly investigate DUI crashes and identify all parties who might be legally responsible for your injuries and damages. Call Davis Law Group at 206-888-8888 or get my free book at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
The Mariners fix you need during the offseason.
Fans are on their feet. Listen to this.
The Uncruise Adventures Hot Stove, Tuesday nights at 7 on Seattle Sports.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
This week, Seattle football fans are going big, and so are Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Score a winning drive with the same-day test drive and take home. That's right. Find your perfect Toyota and drive it home today. Their teams are ready to help you in 2 stunning showrooms, Kirkland and Renton. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Don't punt on savings. Make your big game move now at Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Visit in person or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
O'Brien. Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
We did it.
We got a guest.
Before 8 a.m.
We got an actual guest here on Media Row.
About that.
Bert Breer, our friend. We basically only had our friends on.
Well, we thought you were questionable.
Because you guys caught me at 5 a.m. over there.
I know, and we thought you would be questionable, really.
Yeah.
Like for a designation, you were in shorts, t-shirt at that point. You look sleepy.
We're going to set a record for the radio show or the team with the Super Bowl that has had the fewest guests on in the history of Radio Row. We've talked to nobody. We just come down here and are like, hey, look, there's Jameis Winston.
You know what, though? Do you... I mean, I'm going to sound like a jerk now, but do you really want, like, Atlanta's third receiver coming over here?
We don't want to talk to any of these people.
Hawking Old Spice. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, we talked to you. We talked to Kyle Brandt, who's great.
Yeah.
We're going to talk. We taped with Felger. That's coming on later. He's unique from Boston.
I think I'm going to have to listen to that.
Oh, it's quite a wild ride. Anyway.
He was on the ground floor with Mike Felger in radio.
Oh, yes, he was.
Very much on the ground floor.
He is quite the unique human being. Anyway, it's good to have you. We've been saying that there are very few national people here that know anything about the Seahawks. I mean, we were talking, we went on this morning with Evan Cohen and Michelle Smallman and Chris Canny, and they're like, Yeah, we don't know that much about him.
And it's not a shtick either. It's like, I haven't really watched him.
Yeah.
What do you mean you haven't watched him? You didn't watch the divisional round? You didn't watch Week 18? You didn't watch the
give me a
NFC
test
title?
or something?
No, we know that you're the opposite
you
of this.
know.
That's why we wanted to talk to you because, like, I asked Kyle Brandt, like, hey, how much have you guys talked about Leonard Williams this week? None.
Yeah.
I was like, I think Leonard Williams is literally the best player on the field in the game.
Yeah. And, like, that's what's interesting about it is I think a lot of people, I think you watch your team, right? Like, most people watch their team.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's probably a handful of teams that you also watch. So, like, last year, for most people, the Chiefs and Eagles would have been on that list, right? Like, as far as teams you're going to watch, if those aren't your teams, those teams are probably on that list, a handful of teams that people would go out of their way to watch.
They're on, they're interesting. You know who's on the team.
Yeah, and so, like, I think both these teams have sort of come out of nowhere. I mean, the Patriots have the quarterback who was the third pick in the draft, so there is a little juice there. But, I mean, I think for a lot of people it's learning how good some of the players on these teams are, and primarily the Seahawks, who I think I was on with you guys in the summer, and I said that I thought they had a lot of very good players, or if they elevated to being great players, then you might really have something. And I think that's what happened.
So who did that? Who now?
Well, there's one that's obvious, which is JSN, right?
I mean, it's clear as day, right? I mean, he just won the Offensive Player of the Year.
We were just discussing bigger jump. Cal Raleigh hitting 60 home runs and second in the MVP, or JSN shattering every Seahawk receiving
very
record.
good but last year, too. A very good player, but he's become a great player.
Yep.
I mean, Charles Cross. Kenneth Walker's been great when you've needed him to be. I know he's been really good in the past. Leonard Williams, to me, is somebody who's had a late career renaissance. And when I was doing my all-pro calls the last couple of weeks of December, you got to put Leonard Williams on the first team. You got to put Leonard. This is scouts and coaches talking, So DeMarcus Lawrence still looks like he's got something left in the tank. I'd say Byron Murphy is one of the guys who elevated from very good to great. Probably one of the best run defenders in all of football. Witherspoon's in that category. I mean, Emmanwori and Gray Zabel weren't really. I mean, those guys.
Rookies.
I mean, they're rookies, so there's nothing to compare it against. But those guys were able to make an impact right away. Zabel was, I believe, second team All-Pro for me. And Emmanwori is playing the role that Kyle Hamilton plays in Baltimore, that Derwin James plays in with the Chargers in the same scheme. That's a really important guy.
I think if the season is 3 or 4 more weeks, I think Emmanwori wins Defensive Player of the Year. Like, I think if
rookie or
I'm sorry, rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year. Excuse me. But all right, let's not get carried away.
Myles Garrett broke the sack record.
That's my bad. Let's not get carried away. That's a misspeak. But I think if it goes a little longer, he probably
Schlesinger was great. But
you look at the playoffs and what he's done, and you watch that game against the Rams. He might have been the best player on the field in the Rams game.
Well, he missed some time too, which is a contributing factor, I'm sure. But it seems like John Schneider is on the same sort of heater that he was in 10 and 11 and 12, and maybe you're on the front end of something really building here. And we'll see. We'll see on Sunday. But I can just tell you, being around that team that week, I mean, I know Mike says the loose and focus thing. Man, you feel that like that. They know how good they are. You know what I mean? I'm sure you guys have gotten that sense being around some of those guys, but they know how good they are.
And then we have all of that discourse, which is tremendous and accurate, and why we do love you, Bert, from a national level, because you do come in and you do your homework and you are connected. We have that whole conversation, and we don't mention the quarterback.
Yeah.
How's that possible?
Has he gone from good to great?
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem people have is letting go of what their initial perception was of a guy. And we can't sit here and talk until we're blue in the face about how effed up quarterback development is across the NFL, and then not give a pass to a guy who was chewed up and spit out by it. Like, who survived Sam Darnold's situation with the Jets? Maybe Andrew Luck. Like, I think there are a lot of young quarterbacks that would have been just like it was with Sam. I mean, if you look at it, so he comes in his first year, plays pretty well. The entire staff gets fired. Adam Gase comes in. Adam Gase is a good coach. He put in a system that was built for Peyton Manning, and Sam was a raw athlete coming out, and it just was not a fit. And then those guys got fired after 2 years, and now he's traded. And the reality of it is, I don't know if I said this to you guys, but I remember sitting there Christmas night of 23, and the Ravens blew the Niners out. and Sam Darnold came in the end of that game, and I'm sitting in my office, my kids are asleep, end of Christmas Day, long day, and I watched how fast. Go and watch the fourth quarter of that Niners-Ravens game. You'll see it with Sam, and it's like, holy crap. He's playing fast, he's playing on time, and you just saw it. And then you start to talk to the Niners people, talk to Kyle, like there's something here. We would keep him if we didn't have Brock Purdy. And, then he wins 14 games in Minnesota, wins 14 games in Seattle, and I know I'm telling his life story now, but like it's I think people are waiting for the other shoe to drop. And to me, the key is that first Rams game. No one's looking at this. He threw 4 picks in that game, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
And still almost came back and won it. And I don't think Sam Darnold a few years ago does that. I think if you're expecting Sam Darnold to crap all over himself on Sunday, like that Rams game is the key to me, because when you're rolling, it's
funny
easy,
you point to that one, because I get it. To me, the one is the last Rams game, a couple weeks ago.
No, I mean,
like he won them the game.
No, but
we've been waiting
that's
for
built
that.
on what?
I get it. It's built on what happened earlier.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, with that one, they played so great across the board. They ran the ball well. Everything else, like.
But they needed him in that game, man.
But here's the thing: is like here's why I bring up that game, because I think a lot of quarterbacks crumble.
Yes.
Especially against that defense, against that pass rush, and Sam, I think 3 or 4 years ago would crumble, and I was just impressed how he kept swinging. And
so if he wins this game on Sunday, will that change his narrative? I hope. And B, start to give us a little bit more of a clue on how to develop quarterbacks and how to be patient, and maybe open the door for Malik Willis or whomever else it is next.
See, you can say that, though, but we just had 10 coaching changes, right? And, like, if you don't think part of that is owners looking at Mike Vrabel, Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen, doing what they did in year one in New England, Chicago, and Jacksonville, you're crazy. Owners will look at that and say, well, why do you need 3 years?
Right.
Like, what am I paying you $12, $13, $14 million a year? Like, why are we stumbling all over the place? You see it with the Jets now. Like, they didn't fire Aaron Glenn. They cleaned out his staff. I mean, they told him, Wink Martindale flies in there, and they tell him, well, why am I gonna pay this guy when I'm paying you $12 million and you're from the defensive side of the ball? So, like, we can say it, like, everybody should learn a lesson. But when you have your finger on the trigger and you're the owner, do you have the patience to see it through? And that's the difficult part.
Yeah, and Kurt Signetti, Salk, all he did win a national title in Indiana in 2 years, crying out loud. So how do you see this thing playing out? How's your eye?
Is that real, by the way? Like, Indiana won a national title and not Ohio State?
Yes.
Like, how do you even live with yourself?
I think that was the single greatest coaching job I have ever seen in any sport.
Yes.
I think you almost have to have gone to a Big Ten school to understand the full context of what Indiana football was and has been.
Yes.
Ohio State hadn't lost them since like the 80s.
Yeah.
And there were a bunch of schools that had runs like they beat Michigan, I think, 2 years ago, and it was the first time they beat Michigan. I mean, this is just incomprehensible.
Yes. What's your gut and eye? See you on Sunday.
I think Drake May has to play really freaking well for the Patriots to have a chance.
But wasn't last night a reminder? Sorry to cut you off. Last night was a reminder to me. He lost to Stafford by 1 vote, 1 first-place vote.
And he's great.
The body of work, like over the course of the season, everyone's like these last 3 playoff games, he's looked rushed and sped up and sacked, and they've not been great, but they've been horrible.
The conditions
weather,
have been terrible.
Horrible weather
really
conditions.
Good defenses, yeah.
I
mean, I guess the question is with him, Brock, is like, does that shine a light on maybe the schedule did help?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Maybe the fact that he played in pristine conditions against the weakest schedule in the league, maybe that did. And not saying he's not a good player, but maybe it did make, to go back there, a very good player look great.
Yep.
Right? And so I think Drake's got to play really well. One thing that came out of that game, honestly, I was talking to a couple of Patriots people about watching Rams Seahawks. And I don't know if you've watched the tape, Brock, but they said after watching the tape, they're like, holy crap, Matthew Stafford.
He's not human. The view that we had, it was Damon and me and Salk were up in our suite.
Yep.
And literally the view we had was like from behind, like the perfect, like a catcher throwing to second base multiple times. And you're like, how do you do that? Like, how's that possible? Even Damon's like, there's no human that should do that.
Yeah.
And he
throw running to his left, back to the right, over the defender.
But every deep ball and the
line.
anticipation and the tiny windows and the accurate. I mean, it was just he was.
So I had a couple of Patriots guys. Oh, they all love Drake. Like they're over the moon that they have Drake. They're all like,
yeah.
They know I have a vote, and they said to me, "It's like, you know what, dude? If you voted for Stafford, I understand."
Yes, exactly. Like, dude's not.
But that's the point is, like, I think Drake's gonna have to play at a really high level to get the Seahawks. I think Emmanwori is key because what Josh McDaniels does with he hunts matchups with the personnel groupings, and I think where the Chargers and the Ravens were able to give him some trouble is that you can defend the run out of the nickel.
Yeah.
And so it's harder to hunt those matchups and play the personnel grouping game, which Josh loves to do.
Yep.
And so if Emmanwori plays well, which Kyle Hamilton played well, I just tell you this, the Patriots based their entire game plan, their entire offensive game plan around Kyle Hamilton. Against the Chargers, Derwin James screwed up a lot of things for them. And so I actually think the Emmanwori thing is really key based on the specific matchup and based on what some of the defenses have done to the Patriots. I also think it could be – I mean, I also think I've had it in the back of my head. Is this Super Bowl 47 or 48? And is this – we find out how freaking good this team really is.
It kind of feels that way to me, and I've been saying I said it to Felger yesterday. He didn't want to hear it, unsurprisingly. Even though
that doesn't help him set next week's show.
No, and also he had never.
Next week's shows would then be just like, yeah, it was a great season. They're a really good team.
But I think the Seahawks, if they play 10 times, they blow them out 5 and they win 8. I think they're a much better football team.
And they're coming from I feel like they're kind of coming from the Thunderdome playing in the NFC West.
Well, right.
You know what I mean?
And they are not like I've said this 100 times this week, but to anyone who will listen to me, the teams that get beat in the Super Bowl when they're big-time favorites, they're all passing offenses, greatest show on turf, Patriots in 07.
And they get exposed.
And they get Denver in 13. They all get exposed by a great defensive line.
Yeah.
That's not the Seahawks.
Seahawks are a great defensive
line.
They're the great defensive line. They're not the team that is thrown for a gazillion yards.
So the weird thing to me is, like, what no one's paying attention to, I think could wind up being the key to the whole game, is the matchup between the interior D-line and the interior offensive line on both sides. And I think that's the Seahawks have obviously shorted up at one spot with Zabel. But how are Bradford and Sundell going to play?
Yeah,
those guys
Milton
are going
Williams. That's the question.
Deal with Milton Williams and Christian Barmore. Same thing the other way. The Patriots interior, they got a rookie, an undersized guy, and Bradbury, who'd have a hell of a time trying to deal with Byron Murphy, who might be one of the strongest players in the league, and Mike Nwenu. And you're dealing with Leonard Williams and Byron Murphy. So I think that those matchups are going to be a big key.
So, Bert, you referenced the copycat nature of this league and owners looking at things and trends. Seahawks win this thing. What do other owners look around? What's at the owners' conference meeting like?
Well, I think you've already started to see it in Jesse Minter and Jeff Hafley getting jobs. The offensive pipeline has run dry. It's just the reality of it, and it's like – Clint Kubiak, who I think is a really good coach, but part of the reason he got so hot was because there aren't other candidates like him. There aren't a lot of young guys that are on their way up because that pipeline has been tapped so much over the last decade. So now where else can you look? Well, the Seahawks did a really nice job finding a defensive guy who was not an ex-player. And a lot of the defensive guys who've had success, D'Amico Ryans, Mike Vrabel, but there aren't a ton recently. I mean, you have to go back to Pete Carroll, right? There aren't a ton recently of defensive guys who've had big success that weren't ex-players. And so I think Mike's success has opened the door for guys. And then I just think it's hard to replicate John Schneider. And I mean, I'm sure you guys have had an appreciation for him, but I did a story a couple of weeks ago. I'd be happy to send it to you guys. But how he looked in the mirror after when the Legion of Boom era was kind of coming undone, and how they all kind of went back and said, what are we doing wrong? And then, it led them to say, we are drafting for need too much. We are not just going and getting the best athletes the way that we did when we first got here. And look, there are examples of it. They drafted JSN when they were paying DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. And I can tell you this, they still regret they had a high grade on Puka Nacua. And they were sitting there on day 3, And my understanding
Can
is
you imagine?
they have this compete grade, right? Puka had the second highest compete grade to Witherspoon of anyone in that draft class for them. And so, like, there's that continual learning that I think John's really good with. And so I think just having an elite general manager like that, if you have the right coach who has a really sharp vision, I think it's on both sides in this game. You have a sharp coach who's got a really clear vision for what he wants at every position, you can build something like this.
I'm surprised that the other part of your answer wasn't the guts. They showed some guts over the last few years, starting with Jody Allen and John Schneider, and at the time, Pete deciding to move on from Russ.
Right.
Continuing through Jody Allen, making the decision to move on from Pete. And then last year, moving on from Geno Smith and DK Metcalf. Like, most teams in the league don't do that.
That's a really good point, and I wish I had thought about that. I'd sound smarter right now, but I think that's a good point too, because I look at it like a lot of people will huff and puff about, well, we don't like this about our quarterback, we don't like that, and then they'll pay them $55 million.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and I think the reason teams do that is like, well, if we don't do that, then what? And there's not an obvious answer out there for them. And I think with Russ, I think it was always in John's head. Even when he was on a rookie contract, you guys know this, that they had actually discussed the idea, what if we churned quarterbacks instead of churning all the other positions, and that would help us keep all this great talent together. That was actually a topic of conversation, which is part of why you saw him pop up at Josh Allen's pro day. You know what I mean? And so the idea that you could detach from a guy in Russ who had the history that he had and wasn't that old when you got rid of him, I think was in his 10th year. That was 10 years, right? That he was
around there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like having the what to do that, like, is, I think, another thing that's really impressive. And this feels like the sort of heater that John was on 15 years ago.
Vrabel's pretty good, huh?
Yep.
I think we knew he was good in Tennessee, and then obviously you see his absence there and what's happened there, right?
I just laughing because the Jets were the first team to meet with him, and one of their higher-ups said to me, that when they walked out of the meeting, right, the first thing he said was, why the F did anyone fire this guy?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it was that obvious, and that's a sign of bad ownership. That's a sign of an owner coming in and like, I don't like the way this feels in the building. This isn't right. And instead of coming in and realizing I've got really good people here, I can officiate this issue, and I'm going to keep good people in the building. It was like, let's just get rid of people.
I thought your Jet story was going to be, why in the world would this guy take a job with us? Because I think they were probably, whether they said it to you or not, thinking exactly that.
But that was part of it. Yeah, but I think it. Anybody who gets around him can see it. It's like his leadership ability. You were probably around him a little bit.
Not much. I know you
player.
have been, though, for a long time.
Yeah,
between the Ohio State connection, and you covered him as a player, as a beat writer. You were around him a lot.
Yeah, and I don't think it's just one of those things that's really obvious. It's like with a lot of these players, it is, and I'm sure you were around guys, Brock, that you knew would be good at it.
Marvin, Edrin.
Yeah,
and then go on to coach. Yeah,
the guys that you knew would be good at it if they wanted to do it, and. Like D'Amico is the same thing. Like, I remember standing with Chip Kelly at a practice, and me and him are catching up, and he points out onto the practice field. He said, "You see 59 there? He's going to be a head coach 5 years after he retires." So there are certain guys where I think it's obvious just because they have the intelligence, the presence, the leadership ability, the vision, and Mike was always one of those guys. And it's
Mike Vrabel or Mike Salk?
Mike Salk too.
I didn't know.
Mike's leadership here. Look at all that he's built here.
Our mutual friend Brad Sohn says that he's going to tell you all about me as a nose tackle the next time he talks to you. So
That's
great.
We'll see where that goes. Hey, Bert, we appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sure you're mobbed as you walk around.
Are you guys here for the game or no?
Heck no. We're leaving at 2:30 today. We're out of here.
Every year, I sound like a jerk when I say this.
Every
year, I'm so jealous of the people who bail on Friday.
Well, it's not like we're choosing to. We don't have any money or ability to stick around and do that.
So someone told me, a coach told me that he bought 2 tickets for family members.
Okay.
And the face value, the friends and family rate, face value, friends and family rate for these 2 tickets, which weren't even very good tickets. $3,400.
That's about what I would have guessed.
I mean, like, do you really, if you're the NFL, do you really need that?
Right, the incremental different, but I think it's about saying it, and it's a thing, and you want like the.
But that's your friends and family,
I don't know, man.
right?
I paid $14 for a beer last night, so who knows what's going to happen next. Bert, we appreciate it, man. Thank you as always. Monday morning quarterback and a national guy who truly does watch, know, and understand and have connections throughout this Seahawks organization. That's why we've been talking to him forever. Brock, we're going to have Mike Felger on next, and Bert can tell you truly one of the most unique, strange individuals in this business.
Love him.
But he's very entertaining, and I think you'll all be entertained by him next.
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl.
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN.
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
Seattle thrives on innovation, and so can you with a bachelor's, master's, or certificate program from WGU's School of Business. Get your business education online on your schedule with personalized support every step of the way. Our accredited programs are built with input from industry experts and respected by employers nationwide. Are you ready to move your career forward at the speed of business? Learn more at wgu.edu.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Gear up for the big game at Simply Seattle. Shop official Seahawks playoffs gear and custom Simply original designs. Shop in-store or online and enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree now at simplyseattle.com.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Video security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, 24/7 monitoring, and more. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy, knowing we're here for you, your people, and your business. Visit bayalarm.com to talk to a local security expert. Bay Alarm, we got you.
Trust is everything. Earning it takes years. Losing it takes 5 seconds.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
We live here in Washington. I travel all over the state for work.
Affordable short-term rentals help us stay together and make Hazel feel at home.
Now Olympia is considering a huge tax increase on short-term rentals,
pricing us and other families out, since more than half of short-term rentals here are used by Washingtonians.
Costs on everything are going up.
Please tell legislators not to make our trips more expensive too.
Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive. Host PAC.
Dave Wyman here, joined by Dr. Landis from Swedish Cyberknife to talk about prostate cancer treatments. Dr. Landis, how does Cyberknife compare to surgery?
Patients who have surgery often do have to be hospitalized for a few days and have to take time off of work. They can have a catheter, they have a wound that's healing. Whereas with Cyberknife, patients often don't have to take a break from work at all.
And Cyberknife is an outpatient, non-invasive treatment?
Essentially, it's a 5-day treatment, about 30 minutes per day. You walk in, you walk out, you essentially don't feel anything at all during treatment. Many patients still work full-time while they're having treatment.
5 days total, less than an hour a day to treat prostate cancer. That really is amazing. It's almost too good to be true. What do patients say after treatment?
They tell me it's like Star Trek, where you push a button and the cancer can go away.
If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish Cyberknife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
The Anime Washington and the Washington State Gaming Expo Super Convention is almost here. We have assembled a massive celebrity guest lineup on February 6th through the 8th in Puyallup. Meet the voices behind Final Fantasy, Naruto, Halo, Grand Theft Auto, One Piece, Spider-Man, Dragon Ball, Baldur's Gate, and so many more. Shop at hundreds of vendors, makers, and artists. Compete in the Tetris Regionals, Catan, Uno Elite, Smash, Tekken, Mario Kart, and so much more. Join us February 6th through the 8th at Washington State Fair and Event Center. Tickets on sale at animewa.com.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
2 more days until Super Bowl 60.
And this is the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl. KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. This is Brock and Salk.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Powered through the Quantum Fiber studio.
Ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
Well, Brock, years before you and I even met, when I was first trying to break into this business, I got to work with Mike Felger, who has made it big time since then. 98.5, the Sports Hub in Boston, where his show has been #1 essentially forever. For some reason, my 1 year there, I wasn't able to take him down. Who would have guessed? Almost worked out, but not quite. And he's seen it all during the course of this run. Felger, how are you, man?
Good. How are you, Mike? Good to see you again.
It's good to see you, too.
Good to see you.
Well, that's a little role reversal. Usually all my partners, my exes, come on the show. So now we get one of your exes.
Well, I was not a partner. I was learning at the heels of a young Mike Felger as he broadcasted into the water for a station that nobody could listen to, and we all eventually made our way out of there. But all right, so here we are, Patriots and Seahawks, a second time since then. You guys feeling Patriot confidence? What is
not
the
like
vibe?
the old days. I mean, fans, I don't know. I can't speak for all the fans. A lot of fans are confident because they're fans. But from my seat, you don't have the same feeling that you had when Tom Brady was there and Belichick was there. So it's different. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. Even with all their success and this team and this run and them taking care of business, you just don't have that. It's obvious. When Brady's on your team, it's like, even if they have a bad day, he's going to figure it out. This team has a bad day. We don't know. Can they figure it out? I think the game is closer than it's being portrayed. I mean, I don't know who's going to win. I'm not good at predicting the future. I think 4.5 points is too much. I think people are talking themselves into this big gap between the teams. I don't think there's a big gap between the teams. I think the gap is probably small, and it's going to be a close game, and I don't know, again, who's going to win. But my one feeling is that all season long, people said that the league was flat. There was no great team. There was no clear favorite. There's no, the top of the league has come down to the pack. And now we've gotten to the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden people are saying, well, Seattle's up here and New England's down here, and I don't see that. I think they're like that.
How'd they do this? Back-to-back 4-win seasons, right? Obviously, Drake's a talented kid. Mike's an excellent coach. But from your guys' perspective in the Northeast, how are they here?
Well, if you're asking the general public, they're going to give you a different answer.
No, I'm asking you.
I'm going to tell the truth. You started with the easy schedule. They didn't play anybody.
Yeah.
And it simply started with that. I mean, they started out 1-2, and I don't have it in front of me, but then they had Carolina, and then they did beat Buffalo early, so that was a signature win on the road. That was legit. And then I want to say 5 of the next 6 games, or the next 7 or 8 games, was just against complete dog food.
Yeah.
And so I think they're a good team. I don't think they suck. But in there, they sort of figured out how to win. Yeah. They learned how to win. And most importantly, Drake May broke out. He obviously, really starting week 2 in Miami. They had a big win in Miami in week 2, where he was just like kind of out of nowhere. Because in week 1, he didn't look right. And if people in Boston are being honest, which they aren't, which they don't, after week 1, it was like, what the heck is going on here? This doesn't look right. He also didn't have a good preseason. And it's like, you know. And then week 2 in Miami, he looked good, and he sort of carried it through. So Drake May emerged, and they beat up on a lot of bad teams, and throughout that, I think, learned how to win.
What's a difference, or how big a difference is there between Gerard Mayo and Mike Vrabel?
Oh, massive. Mayo was not ready for the job, not cut out for the job. He got it for all the wrong reasons, meaning he cozied up with Kraft. In the years he was a positional assistant, Robert Kraft fell in love with him on a religious retreat to Israel, which, again, a noble cause. I'm not like bagging on a religious retreat to Israel, but you shouldn't be hiring a head football coach in the National Football League based on how he caucused people coming home from pilgrimage to Israel. That's just the wrong reason, but he did. Kraft fell in love with him because of the way he handled himself on that trip. And just, you know, Gerard Mayo is a personable, you know, impressive guy. He is. And so, but that doesn't mean he's a good football coach. He just totally wasn't ready. Vrabel's legit, and I think that change was important too. It's just all of a sudden there was legitimacy from top down with someone who knew what he was doing, and that changed.
You covered Vrabel as a player. Did you think he was going to be this?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, like a Super Bowl winning coach. It wouldn't have surprised me. And I think he's very similar to how he was when I covered him as a player. I was a writer, a beat guy when he was a player, and so I got to know him kind of well. Just a trash-talking, cocky BS artist. And he really kind of carries himself the same way. And he was also super smart. Belichick called him the smartest player he ever coached, just saying something, you know. So you sort of combine that with his intelligence. He worked hard. He came, unlike Mayo, who was a linebacker coach and then all of a sudden head coach. Vrabel was a positional assistant. He went back to college. He was a coordinator at Ohio State, coordinator, and he sort of did the regular path. He was a assistant, yeah, for, I don't know if it was 10 years, but around there, where he paid his dues as an assistant. So he was experienced, qualified, great attitude, and he really, he's a player's coach, but he's exacting. So has that amazing balance of where I think he can sort of ball bust the players, but do it on the level of, listen, I was here. And I think he's really connected on that level.
You feel like you know the Seahawks?
No. I don't.
Does anybody in the Northeast really know the Seahawks?
No. If I'm being honest, I just don't. I hate the uniforms.
Yeah.
I hate the... I just don't care about the Seahawks. I don't know why.
Even though this is their 4th Super Bowl in 20 years.
I know.
Even though they're the 4th winningest team in the last dozen years with John Schneider.
The 12s are hokey.
They just don't resonate?
The 12s.
12 is one.
Is it some of the Pete residue?
And I never believed in Pete Carroll, ever. I think he was accidental. And I listen, he has his strengths. There's no question about it. But if you tell me, am I surprised that Vrabel's here? No. Am I surprised that Pete Carroll ended up having the career that he had? Yes. Because I think as a coach, and please take this in the spirit with which I say it, this is half joking. As a head football coach, I think he's kind of dopey. And it came out in key moments, unfortunately for you guys.
And do you know Mike McDonald at all?
No. Don't know a thing about the guy. And I mean, you know, Vrabel has a certain charisma, a certain something to him that is interesting and
presence.
People connect with. He does. He definitely has a presence. Does McDonald?
Not like that. No, that's not his thing. It's more of a... You would actually really like Mike McDonald. Yeah. I mean, I know why you don't like Pete, and I had the same feeling when he first showed up in Seattle. I was like, well, this isn't going to work. It's a total joke.
Like, how does that...
I know.
How does that effing work?
And you know what? Eventually it did, though. And we talked to Pete every week, and when you're around it, you start to feel it. You feed off some of that energy, and he got the right group of guys for it, and his loyalty, and he put the right people around him, and it worked. Mike's very different, though. I mean, he is smart. He's like a military background, very disciplined, never makes mistakes during games. He's got a lot of Belichick in him, although he doesn't communicate like Belichick. He's got some of that same sense of preparedness.
Yeah, so I have full respect for the Seahawks. You just asked me, do I know, or is there an emotional just never. As a kid, I loved the Seahawks. Chuck Patera, is that the name of the coach in the 70s?
Yeah.
So when they were in the Kingdom and they ran all those trick plays, and I was a huge Jim Zorn fan. I'm a lefty, so like I loved Jim Zorn. I loved the Seahawks in the 70s into the 80s. Dave Craig went to college where my father went in Wisconsin. Milton?
No longer there.
No longer there.
Bulldoze, Milton.
So I'm from Wisconsin, so we had an attachment to Dave Craig. I loved Jim Zorn as a lefty. We loved Chuck Patera, my family, and all the trick plays. And then, I don't know, somewhere
they moved to the NFC and forget it.
Did I mention I hate the uniforms?
Yeah, you have a couple times.
I just hate them.
A couple times.
And sometimes there's just a uniform that's so bad that I don't want to watch the team. You sort of fall in that category. I know that's really dumb, but what can I tell you?
Well, that's why we bring you on, for the hardcore analysis. We knew exactly what we were getting. Seriously, thanks for doing this. We appreciate it. It should be entertaining at the very least on Sunday, and we'll see if the unknowns from the Northwest are able to topple this Patriots team. Mike, we appreciate it.
Okay.
There you go. Mike Felger, 98.5, the Sports Hub in Boston. So, yeah, we taped that yesterday. It's why it was a little bit louder and why there was no video. Sorry for all that. But, dude, he's a trip. He is unique. You heard Bert Breer say everything is a game to him. And it's true. I know everyone's writing in, this crazy East Coaster, East Coast bias, loves the Patriots. No, I mean, he's a Wisconsin guy who's found a home in Boston, and he's certainly anything but a homer. He's a unique, strange individual who truly doesn't know anything about the Seahawks. He's not lying. He's literally never watched them. He doesn't have any idea, and yet he thinks it's going to be a close game. You got to love it. All right, we'll give you everything you need to know coming up here in just a moment. We got some other fun stuff. Chris Berman's going to join us a little bit later in the show. Looking forward to that. It sounds like Mora's buddy, Jonathan Hankins, Big Hank, is going to be with us at 9 o'clock. He's done, I think, probably going to retire, but has been around Mike McDonald, been around this program, and is a really kind of fun, neat dude. So we're going to chat with him a little bit later as well.
It sounds like maybe he's trying to do the media stuff because he was interviewing Brock yesterday,
I know.
right?
Yeah.
Tables have turned.
Yeah. So we're going to have him come sit down with us as well. Should be fun. We still got a couple more hours of good stuff to go. It's Brock and Salk. We are, of course, on Media Row at the Super Bowl, just like the Seahawks will be right here on Seattle Sports.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Ready for your next chapter? At Edmonds Village, discover independent living that's truly exceptional. Premium apartments, all-inclusive chef-prepared dining, and a vibrant community in beautiful Edmonds, Washington. Call to learn how to receive 2 free months of rent. It's time to say yes to more connection, more adventures, and more you. So tour today, reserve your spot, and start living fully on your terms. Call them now at 425-534-5100 to learn more.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the new year from the James G. Murphy Company, and it's underway now. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more, like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check MurphyAuction.com for all details. MurphyAuction.com. MurphyAuction.com.
Hey, let's throw a party this year for the big game.
Oh, great idea. But first, we should get a new TV. One of the top-rated brands. Samsung, LG, or Sony.
Okay, I'll start shopping on the internet and then head over to the Warehouse Club.
Well, but if that's all we do, we'll be sorry.
Why?
Because the best deals on those top-rated TVs are at video only, not online or at the club.
Video only?
Yep. We can save up to $500 if we shop smart.
Or we'll be sorry.
Experience a luxury resort, breathtaking wildlife, spectacular wilderness, and amazing fishing at Queen Charlotte Lodge in northern British Columbia. King salmon runs are at their peak in May and June, and halibut and lingcod are always plentiful. Check out how easy it is to visit QCL at fishqcl.com. That's fishqcl.com. Queen Charlotte Lodge. Experience fishing first class. And remember, our dollar's worth $1.35 north of the border.
Around here, rain isn't a surprise. While others run for cover, Seahawks fans step into the storm, game day ready. And the Pro Shop is how.
Ball picked up. Witherspoon comes near side. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Seahawks!
Every game, any weather. We got that. Shop official Seahawks gear in store at Lumen Field and the Landing in Renton, or online at Seahawks.com/ProShop.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
See your favorite Seattle Mariners up close at the Peoria Sports Complex. Come to sunny and warm Peoria, Arizona to celebrate an AL West championship and the beginning of another great season for your Mariners. Spring training in Peoria has plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures, great food, and the best seats in baseball. It's family fun for fans of all ages. Book your trip today. Support your 2026 Seattle Mariners in Arizona for what promises to be another exciting season. Get your tickets at PeoriaBaseball.com.
Ooh, that face. Quantum Fiber Internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Yay to Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum Fiber Wi-Fi keeps her meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of the video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum Fiber Internet blowing the soxies up all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Dave Wyman here with Dr. Landis to talk about Swedish CyberKnife.
Essentially, it's a 5-day treatment, about 30 minutes per day. You walk in, you walk out. You essentially don't feel anything at all during treatment. Many patients still work full-time while they're having treatment.
5 days, less than an hour a day to treat prostate cancer. That really is amazing. If diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish CyberKnife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
Adrian here from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Winter might seem like an odd time to replace your windows, but now is when you get the best deals. Our Leak Armor installation team will keep your home warm and dry while installing beautiful, new energy-efficient windows. You'll feel the difference right away. Quieter rooms, lower energy bills, and a more comfortable home.
Visit Lake Washington Windows and Doors at the home shows to get 20% off, plus 12 months, same as cash financing. Or go to lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
All right, Brock, this is it. Final stretch here leading up to the game now on Sunday. Seahawks ready to go, and injury report came out yesterday. Not a big surprise. Emmanwori did not practice at all.
Practice?
No, he did not. But he did talk to the media, and by all accounts, things are looking a little bit better. Mike McDonald said he should be ready to go. They said it's a low ankle sprain. And here in cut one, Nick himself explains what happened and how he's feeling.
Yeah, it's just towards the end of practice, I have just rolled my ankle, kind of like caught me off guard. You know, the practice wasn't like nothing crazy or nothing. We weren't like going hard out there, but just rolled it, and you know, I'll be good to go for Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that.
Brock, you always tell me when people repeat themselves to listen, the two things I heard him say twice in different cuts, I'll be good to go for Sunday, and it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Which tells me that it scared him a little bit.
That's right.
As it should. In that moment, you're not expecting it. And that once he got everything kind of sorted through, he's feeling all right.
And from what I understand, it kind of scared a few folks over there, too.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of, where are we going to get this thing imaged? What are we dealing with? Are we going to go through, as we talked about when that news broke, what we did with Cam Chancellor a decade ago? And I think a lot of that put to bed and a lot more of a scare. We'll see whether or not today he gets on the field today, really the final kind of tune-up, right? The final dress rehearsal, the final run-through with all your situations and making sure you dot your I's and cross your T's. And for Mike McDonald, you know, like just the way he's wired, Salk, I'm sure that, you know, he's setting up practice and making sure the guys are ready for a longer halftime. I'm sure you're ready for a longer warm-up. I'm sure like all of the final details. We'll be curious to see if he is limited today.
Yeah, let me give
you,
you,
as you said, what the designation will be.
Let me give you a little bit more. Here is cut three. He, remember, had an ankle injury earlier in the year, and he said this one's not nearly as bad.
Yeah, it wasn't as severe to me. You know, I felt like you know, I could walk off on my own and just had to, you know, give it a chance. Give it a break, you know, so, you know, it feels good.
Yeah, calm that thing down. High ankle, big deal. He missed a month with it. This is a low ankle. You know, many of you in the listening audience, if you play basketball, if you step off a curb wrong, you know what that feeling is. Like, And thankfully, he looks like and feels like he's going to be good to go for Sunday.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, well, Matt Stafford, probably not a huge surprise, does win the MVP award last night. Well-deserved. And you heard Burt Breer saying a few minutes ago that, you know, just watching him play, it's pretty clear that right now he is playing the game differently from everyone else in the NFL. He also announced last night, by the way, that he's going to be returning next year, which is great news for everybody. Huge kudos and congratulations to Jackson Smith-Njigba. Yes, that's how you pronounce his name. It's really not that hard. And he is the Offensive Player of the Year. Amazing. What an incredible story for a nice kid. Yes, going to continue to give G. Scott some kudos because G called this last year, calling him the best in the world, and he's been absolutely right. Sam Darnold here at Cut 8 talks about what it's like getting to know his wide receiver.
Yeah, I think it goes back to when we first got together really in the spring, just continuing to talk about, you know, certain routes and dialogue about the offense. But I think even more importantly, it's our connection off the field. You know, just our chemistry has grown so much. And, you know, I feel like the more that your chemistry grows off the field, it only helps you on the field. And, you know, I firmly believe that. I feel like our whole team, our whole skill group, our whole, you know, offensive line, tight ends, defense, special teams, like I feel like we've all, you know, grown together so much throughout this season. You know, just the love and the brotherhood that we all share together is something special and something I've, you know, there's so much, you know, that's pretty rare, I feel like, in the NFL, and it's special to be a part of.
He's about 50 yards shy of 2,000. You realize that? In the regular season, yeah, including the playoffs. Yeah. So regular season, it was almost 1,800 yards. These two playoff games, $172. So with a couple catches in this one, he's going to, through the playoffs, get that 2,000-yard mark. They don't count it that way, but it is still
it's quite the accomplishment.
Yes.
And hey, kudos to Teteroa McMillan. You know, he was a guy that was talked about here in Seattle. Gray Zabel was the better pick, but he ends up winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. I have no regrets there. Do you?
No.
And Carson Sweshinger wins Defensive Rookie of the Year over Nicky Emmanwori. I don't have any regrets there either. Do you?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm feeling just fine with what the Seahawks did.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Well, and congratulations to Bobby Wagner as well. It's just a morning of congrats, but Talk about guys who deserve it. Walter Payton, Man of the Year award, one of the NFL always says it's their most important, most prestigious award. I don't know if they always treat it that way. The MVP is, I think, still pretty prestigious. But what an incredible accomplishment for somebody that could not deserve it more. Bobby and his work in the community as a human being has always been top-notch, and it was great to see it recognized.
You played his speech earlier, and again, when you repeat yourself, and I love it, it was something his mom said to him, and now he says to others, and he lives out, and that is, I got you. Yeah. I got you, man. I'll take care of you. I got you. Right in the middle of the action on and off of the field for so many years, and he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. That'll be the next congratulations that will be coming in 5 or so years when he's done.
When he gets there, he will join Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, Roger Craig, all of them named yesterday, all deserving, although I do think it's ridiculous that Vinatieri's going to go in with Bill Belichick. Nah, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
It's just so crazy.
What do you think, Vinatieri? Do you think Vinatieri's embarrassed by that?
No.
No?
Nah.
A little? A little.
I think Roger Craig probably a little more embarrassed to go in with those four. Arguably the greatest kicker in NFL history, one of the better linebackers, the second most productive receiver in NFL history, like the second most productive quarterback style-wise.
But if you're Adam Vinatieri, you're like, come on. Put Belichick in first. I'll go in the next year, but don't put me in without Belichick. That's just ridiculous. That's everything you need to know. 1:15
so
here on the Brock and Salk
The audience really loved Mr. Felger. Huh?
No, they didn't. Would you like to read or
really?
hear some of the
Interesting
response?
I would have thought the 12s would have really appreciated that kind of insight.
He's calling us, the 12s, the fan base, the city, hokey. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. He's making fun of our jerseys. I'm so tired of people saying they look like they have highlighters on them, saying that our team is basically not taken seriously as a slap in the face. You should defend Seattle in these types of moments. Send these guys packing. East Coast media is throwing shade at a bunch of uninformed haters. Guys, he's having fun. You have to if you truly wanted me to defend him, it would have been worse. It would have gotten worse. Trust me. Trust me. That's not how you deal with Felger. You just laugh and kind of move on and realize that he's just not a very serious person. It's okay. What a clown that Felger is. No analysis, no contribution, not even funny. Just 10 minutes of, hey, look at me and how stupid I am. That's kind of funny. It's not true, though. I'm not, he's a brilliant guy. He's really good at what he does. He's got a show that is much more successful than ours.
Hey.
It is.
You watch it.
Brock.
I didn't see him on that podcast next to Dale Jr.
He doesn't need to because he's putting up 25 shares in persons
ahead of Bussin' with the Boys this show. So
I don't think so.
You walk that back, Salk.
Get this guy off the air. What a chump. This goes on and on and on.
Great.
He doesn't seem to know much about football in general. He was a beat writer for a while. I don't know. Anyway, Felger's great. Jokes aside, he is a silly, unique person who thinks everything is a game, does not care what you think about him. And he's
ridiculous. And you know what he can't do? He can't give you 6 things to watch in this game like I can, nor answer 3 good football questions
7?
Like I can.
Why not 6?
Because it's 6-minute apps.
It's
not 7-minute apps.
Why not 7?
It's 6.
Why not 7? Brock's got 6 things to watch for in the Super Bowl, and then I got 3 good football questions for him. Don't go anywhere.
And then Big Hank.
And then Big Hank? Big Hank's coming on as well. All of our coverage brought to you by WGU. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down. The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
All right, guys, we're getting real close to the big game on Sunday. Do you know where you're going to be watching? Let me recommend Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, Hawks Peak. You can watch every game there. More than 66 televisions, the whole heated outdoor deck, and all the fun stuff that comes from watching a big game at a spot like Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Get a room. The effortless style, the utmost in relaxation. Book it right now at snocasino.com. Seattle's closest. It's now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve. It means our success is defined by the difference we make in our clients' lives and the impact we can have in our community. Not by giant settlement checks or shiny offices. Our mission to lift up the vulnerable extends beyond the courtroom to our charity partners, promoting safety, uplifting students, accident victims, foster youth, and the elderly. If you've been injured and want better results for your claim and for all of Washington, call Davis Law Group today.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Who did it best in 2025? Vote now for the Sports Stars and Story of the Year at seattlesports.org and help choose the winners of the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards, presented by Microsoft. From collegiate champions to the standouts across our professional teams, make your choice and come celebrate Washington's biggest night out for sports on March 13th. Vote now and get tickets at seattlesports.org. We'll see you there.
And the Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl.
Home of the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60. Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
This week, Seattle football fans are going big, and so are Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Score a winning drive with the same-day test drive and take home. That's right. Find your perfect Toyota and drive it home today. Their teams are ready to help you in 2 stunning showrooms, Kirkland and Renton. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Don't punt on savings. Make your big game move now at Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Visit in person or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective.
Direct access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco.
This is Brock and Salk.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the game, Seattle Sports.
My God, texts about Felger are just hilarious. If Salk brings on another loser like him, I will contact Bonneville to bring in Damon to replace him.
Thank you.
The Brock and Damon show is sounding pretty good
Seriously.
to me about right now.
I would agree.
Know your audience,
you think
guys.
Damon wants to do the show with Brock?
No,
yes,
no,
for sure.
Know your audience, guys. No one liked that clown. All right, look, I would just try to give you guys a sense of the other side and what things. If that doesn't get you psyched up for the game and like
Well, I was gonna
pumped
say,
to go beat those guys,
wasn't that kind of the point? Like,
Yeah.
This is how they talk about you.
don't you want to
Your
know?
team.
I didn't say he was the world's like foremost expert
You
on
don't
football.
even know us, Salk.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know you at all. And that's what I find so
And this is
entertaining
a
about
Super
it.
Bowl, and
No,
he
no.
still puts no respect on
He's
our
not even
name.
going to try to put any respect on the name. And you know what? Even if the Seahawks win, he'll be like, whatever. And he'll move on and he'll make fun of the uniforms.
Yeah.
So that's what you're up against. I want people to know your enemy. Understand why I moved. Know why I don't live there anymore.
That's right.
And let's get to some serious business. Brock, give me six things that we all need to watch for as we watch this game. For real. Here are some real analysis.
So
After the jokes are done.
That's
Brock.
right. Now we
get
to football.
serious. Now we get serious.
Can we talk football?
Now we get serious.
Jeez, here we go. We're going to talk football right now. I'm sorry. I apologize. That was so loud. And yeah, my bad.
That's a business network.
That's CNBC
over
Sport.
there.
That's my bad.
They're interviewing Kirk Cousins.
I know. I'm an animal.
That's
I
Kirk
apologize.
Cousins?
I'm an animal.
That's not Kirk
Oh,
Cousins.
stop it. We're not doing this. Okay, number one. This is for all of you from Enumclaw to Eatonville, from Spokane to Seattle, from all over the Pacific
Easy there.
Northwest, from British Columbia to Brooks, okay? When you're sitting around your Super Bowl party and you want to just talk a little football, right? And you want to be like, hey, listen to Brock and Salk in the morning. I'm so psyched about the Seahawks. Here's 6 things that I'm going to give you to watch for. Number one, New England's pressure. This is the thing that I can close my eyes. And it's funny that Kirk Cousins is right over there, right next to us right now, because it was so vivid to me when he went back and played at Minnesota. And after that game, he went up to Brian Flores and said, yep, this is a real one. You guys are real on defense. And this scheme that New England has a bunch of that component. And if you remember the Minnesota game and you remember the first half of that Seahawks against him, it wasn't very pretty. Mm-hmm. And they get up in the gaps, and they try to confuse you, and they will bring zero pressure. They will try to speed up, Sam. There's no question in my mind. So just kind of watch how the Seahawks communicate that. So they made adjustments at halftime, if you remember the second half, after getting like 5 balls batted down, after getting nothing and no rhythm in the first half. They made some adjustments to get the ball out, get it on the perimeter, trust your guys in one-on-ones to win, but it won't surprise me at all if New England's like, hey, we got to speed him up like we did Herbert. We got to speed him up like we've done in the playoffs to C.J. Stroud. We've got to force Sam into mistakes, and how they handle all that kind of chaos, how they communicate it, should be easier. Right? Santa Clara, the stadium is not overwhelmingly loud. You're not playing on the road. You should be able to communicate, but Sundell, Bradford, Zabel, the guys up front that are really burdened by those kind of looks, they got to have great communication. So, watch that. Number 2, kind of curious how, and Albert Breer hit on this a little bit, how does New England attack a matchup with the Seahawks defense? The Rams did it by getting in 2 tight ends, and they got 2 good tight ends. They got 2 capable kind of veteran guys. Hunter Henry's a good player. Like, they're capable of doing that. Is that the way they want to go about it? They're one of the best 11 teams, 3 receiver teams, efficiency-wise in the NFL. Do they want to go about it that way? Josh McDaniels is really good. He is a really good offensive coordinator. There's a reason he's been in 10 Super Bowls calling plays. Keep an eye on their personnel group. How are they attacking us? Who are they attacking? They trying to get Job on the field? They trying to test the discipline of Reek Woolen play after play after play? Are they going to try to get Ernest Jones, as the Rams did, in some space and take advantage of him? Just kind of keep an eye on their personnel. So 2 down. We feeling good? You following?
I think so.
Not too football-ese here?
I've fallen asleep. What?
And by the way...
Well, Brock, I think you should just put your glasses on because I'm watching you look at your notes and you're having to put your face all the way...
No, more.
He's having to put his face all the way up to the folder.
More, I'm okay.
To read his own notes.
No more. I'm fine. No. I'm okay. I can read it just fine. Let's see. Can I just get...
Also, you wrote it. Write it bigger.
2 down, 4 to go. And let me just, a little ad-lib here, just say, Salk's been a good roommate. We've been good roomies this week. Like, I was kind of curious going into this thing, how it would all work.
I thought you guys would be. I wasn't
2
worried
double
about that.
beds, kind of a small room.
Brock's been a good roommate, too.
I mean, we've been
I don't have a single complaint.
We've been good roomies, man.
Yeah.
Good roomies.
By the way, not surprised by that.
Yep.
I think I'm a good roommate.
You are a good roommate.
I know. Like, I try to be really respectful as a roommate.
You are.
Try to really think about the other person.
Yes.
I will say you had one roommate faux pas.
Oh, shoot. What did I do?
Only one.
Oh,
and
no.
it wasn't that bad. It's not a big deal. It was one.
Not flush the toilet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last night.
Darn it,
I got
I'm
home.
sorry.
And I was
I'm
like,
sorry.
stinks like pee in here. Oh,
Yeah,
Brock didn't flush the
damn,
toilet.
I'm so sorry.
That was it. And that was a mistake.
I
Not
own
a,
that.
like.
No, I own that.
Wasn't
Okay,
bad.
number 3.
Cecily does it too. It's fine.
Number 3. How much designed run do we see from Drake May? Not scrambles, because we know
like actually run.
Because what do we hear all the time?
They do a lot of that.
They're capable of doing it. They scored a touchdown against the Broncos doing it.
Yep.
What do we hear all the time about the Seahawks defense? Man, they change the numbers. Right? They're able to play nickel, play a light box, and stop the run. How do you gain a numbers advantage? You have designed QB run then to offset that, because you don't have the quarterback hand it off. You have somebody blocking for the quarterback. You can run some QB power. You can run QB draw. Like, how do you change the numbers game in that regard to favor you so the Seahawks aren't favored with their light box? Run your quarterback. How much are they willing to do that, and what kind of pops does he take when he runs? He is a big guy. He's an athletic guy. Yeah. But when he runs, how many of those, he's going to feel that. He's going to feel
and
that.
you got to do that without getting like a 15-yard tack-on
That's
penalty,
right.
because that's when you start to really get in trouble. Like, okay, it's an 8 or 12-yard scramble, fine, but if that turns into another 15, those are the ones that always make
But we
me nervous.
know Spoon will saw you in half, right? You talk about Julian Love. He would be kind of that X factor then, or Kobe Bryant. These guys, Drake Tom, they will hit you. And oh, by the way, the big boys running behind.
Yeah.
They'll come at you and finish you as well, DeMarcus Lawrence and Leonard. So just keep an eye on how much Drake is running. So there's 3. Number 4. Now we'll go a little bit. Those are all kind of New England specific. Number 4, how do they utilize JSN? They did. I was chatting with Jeff Schwartz, and he loves X's and O's. And man, he was like, Kubiak.
You have his fork out?
He's so good spoon. He uses a spoon.
Rather?
Yes,
Sorry.
he uses a spoon. He's like, man, that last game, I watched that over and over. That film was so fun. Watching JSN in the backfield and motion and yo-yo motion and, just trying to hide him and disguise him. Oh, we're going to put Christian Gonzalez on him and shut him down. No, you're not, because they move him around all over the chessboard. He's not a pawn that you can cover up. So how they utilize him and make sure they can, he's so, gosh, I love Sam's term. He's QB friendly. He's so QB friendly, and he loves big stages. He loves the Rose Bowl, right? He loves, I'm going to get to him in Blue 88 of why he won Offensive Player of the Year. But when the moment gets big, that compete grade that they have, right, that Bert referenced the Seahawks
Do you think that's
have.
so one thing, the old Belichick idea, I was watching some of their first Super Bowl against the Rams last night, was on TV, and they were showing every time they hit Marshall Falk, because that was the idea, right? He's the key to that offense.
Yeah.
And Belichick always wanted to take away your one most important player. They determined it was Marshall Falk, not anybody else in that greatest show on turf, and they hit him every play.
Yeah.
If the Patriots, they don't have Bill Belichick, but if this Patriots team were to do that, is it JSN?
I don't
Like,
know.
who do
I
you
don't
think
think
they point at and say that's the person we've got to take away?
Yeah, I don't think.
Is it Ken Walker?
I don't think. No, I don't think the Seahawks are they're not built like that.
I know they're not, but
they're
that's
built with way more balance. They're built with tight ends.
But Vrabel is at his core a Belichick guy. Like,
I think the thing would be like hit Sam and speed Sam up.
Okay.
If there's going to be a corollary to that, it's like we can't let him get going and we can't let him have movement, and that would be my 5th point. The other thing that you hear in Belichick schemes, and Vrabel was the guy doing it, was what? Set the edge. Set the edge. The edges of this line of scrimmage will be so, so vital. There will be focus inside with the D-tackle group, and we've hammered on that for 2 weeks. But can the Seahawks get to the edge? with their outside zone? Can they get to the edge with their crack toss? Can they get to the edge with Sam, who loves to get outside of all of, oh, you want to speed me up? Great. I'm going to get outside of that, and I'm going to seal the edge through sprint out or movement. So the edges of the line of scrimmage will be just a massive piece of real estate of importance. So that is number 5. And then lastly, number 6. To me, the biggest mismatch, and I'll get more into this in Blue 88 again, but the biggest mismatch is your D-line. And if there was any semblance of the Rams having a beat on the Seahawks going into the third matchup and the different fronts and how the group plays off each other and different alignments, maybe it was an advantage. The Rams had seen Leonard and Byron and all those guys so much. These guys have not. And they've not seen a lot of football, in fact, the left side of their line of rookies. So how many, times can you, an old school term here, earn the right to rush the passer? How many times can you get in 3rd and 6+ and get in those fronts we would call a Falcon front with 3 D linemen all on one side, or you cover up all 5 of them, or you 2 get into the gaps and you confuse before you drop out and you rush 4, or how often it looks like one thing to Drake and post-snap here it comes from the other side. How many times can you earn the right to rush the passer with really distinct and different looks? Enormously important.
I want that to be the identity of my program.
Earn the right.
We're going to earn the right to rush the passer.
Yeah, that's right. Vanderbilt. Hey, man, new on the job. What is your brand? 12 is 1, chasing edges?
Yeah.
No, man.
We're going to earn the right to rush the passer. Sorry, that's an old Brock and Salk reference.
Yep. So there you go.
Probably shouldn't be made
there
today.
There is 6 things to look for. That New England pressure, the New England offensive personnel and groupings, the design quarterback.
So what do you, just to come back to that second one,
yeah.
What do you think they'll do? If you were New England, which personnel group would you use the most to try to attack the Seahawks?
Yeah, if I'm going to feast on a matchup, it's what the Rams did
to
Ernest Jones.
So you want to get 2 tight ends.
I think so. Or if you're in your 3, making sure he stays on the field, like in space, his movement, is he kind of, now he's kind of boom or bust, man, because you pick on him, what happens? There's an interception. There's a caused fumble. You may get some, but if you keep going at him, he's one of the most turnover worthy linebackers in the game and the most productive of them in the game. So, yep, that will be something to keep an eye on. This is good, man. After 2 weeks, like, honestly, and I know we got another hour and 15, and Big Jonathan Hankins and Chris Berman's going to help, and then we'll tee up the thing. Like, after 2 weeks, I'm ready to play this game. And if I'm ready to play this game,
they seem loose as a goose and ready to go, right? I mean, we kind of referenced it earlier. There's all this video floating around. I think Jeff Darlington posted it, but others have as well, of the Seahawks shadow boxing and having fun with each other yesterday in the media session room, and they're all.
I mean, they're loose, but they're hungry, man.
That's why I say loose but focused.
Yes.
I mean, this guy, Mike McDonald, man, he just keeps repeating the same things over and over again until it sinks in. What are you going to do? We're going to be loose but focused.
He's like Dr. Rob.
We're going to be loose but focused.
My chiropractor.
Yeah.
Power's on. It's going to be a great day, man. Power's on. And now I beat him to it. Channels are open or power's on. You got 2 of them. You're going to bring it to me, man. 12 is 1, chasing edges. What? Power's
loose but
on.
Focused right now, man. They were going to be loose but focused, and I don't even know if we told Brady. Brady, can we do Blue 88? Do you have all that ready to go?
You got that in the hopper,
Are you ready for us, Brady?
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88. Powered by Xfinity.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Heward tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
I'm telling you, Lyle might not have a job when he gets back on Tuesday.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Brady, do you know what the Sistine Chapel is?
Do I know what or where?
Both.
Sistine Chapel, I would like to say, is in Rome, Italy.
That's right.
Wow.
The Vatican.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Do you know who painted the famous ceiling there?
Was that Michelangelo?
All right, that's it. Lyle's fired. You're back. You're in, Brady, forever and ever. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lyle had never heard of either of those 2 things. Never heard of the Sistine Chapel. Never heard of the Vatican, and had definitely never heard of Michelangelo.
Well, it started with the Ninja Turtles, so he didn't know what the common theme was with all those names.
He couldn't even name the Ninja Turtles, but once we named them, he didn't know that they were all Italian artists.
I will say
Brock, question number 1: what is the biggest mismatch on the field on Sunday?
I'm sorry. What did you say, Brady? What did you say?
I'll say that the 12 years of private school really helped in that regard.
Nice job, Brady.
Well done.
Well educated.
Biggest mismatch. So Dave Wyman Michael Bumpus and I were hanging out. I guess we were the
Power trio.
We were the pre-funk to the function later that I didn't make it to because we're 30. I'm not used to these alarms, and I'm going to be sleeping in tomorrow, which would be great. But we were pre-funking, and Dave had his board out to get ready for the game call because he was doing a hit last night, I think on King 5 with Sylvie and NBC, who has the game. So he's got his board out, and I was like, oh, let me look at that thing. And as I was looking at it, I was reminded the incredible mismatch of this offensive line versus this Seahawks front. That is the singular biggest physical mismatch on the field. And we know in this game and on this stage how that can often play out. They've got 2 rookies on their left side. Will Campbell, their left tackle, is a short-armed guy. Not, he's got good feet, good athlete, but people get into his body. The left guard, Wilson from Georgia, good player, not as good as Gray Zabel. And, they're rookies and have a hard time communicating. And we talk about communicating the line and picking up stunts. Their center, you may remember the name Salk. He was a name we talked about in the offseason with the need for center, and that was Garrett Bradbury. He was Sam's center with the Vikings a year ago, and pretty physically beat up guy. Super smart. Sam loved him. I think that there was a conversation about maybe bringing him here, partner with Sam, communication. He's really good, but he's also pretty physically beat up. And I would think game 21 for him, that body's going to be hurting. Morgan Moses, their right tackle, is a big, massive guy, does not move great. If you get on his edges, you have opportunities. So their best lineman is a young guy, their right guard, kind of inverse of the Seahawks, where the right guard is a struggle. He's probably their best player, but that is a group that this D-line should feast upon.
Well, that's good news, because this D-line's pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Question number 2. JSN wins Offensive Player of the Year last night. Brock, what was the ultimate reason why?
I think there's 3. I'll give you 3 reasons why JSN was the Offensive Player of the Year. Number 1, the historic start. He started so fast. Remember the pacing he was on to break Megatron's record? And it wasn't for a week or 2 weeks or 6 weeks. It was like, oh my gosh, this is 100-yard game after 100-yard game for like 8, 9 in a row. Like, just historic stuff that just forced, well, not Felger, but it forced most of the country to pay attention. So that's number 1. Number 2, he did it in prime time. He did it on Thursday night against the Cardinals. He did it on Sunday night in D.C. against the Commanders. He did it in those primetime moments where actually the country does, other than Felger, the country does largely watch. And then number 3, the team success. There wasn't just the defense. You're the 3rd highest scoring offense, and you're the go-to guy. So I think all 3 of those things played a big-time role. The number 1, the historic start, started the narrative, and it never stopped. Number 2, on the big stage in prime time, and why I think on the big stage Sunday he's going to be good, because that's all he's known in his life. When the moment's big and the lights are bright, he performs. And then number 3, ultimately, as every coach says, hey, listen, if we have team success, all pros follow. We have team success, Pro Bowls follow. We have team success, even an individual award like the Offensive Player of the Year, it follows as well.
All right, question number 3. So last night we've talked about Coach of the Year. Mike Vrabel wins Coach of the Year. I didn't mention really, but Assistant Coach of the Year does go to Josh McDaniels.
Yep.
So McDonald comes in 3rd. I don't know where Kubiak was in the voting. Maybe he ended up there. I mean, he's got to be pretty happy. He just got a job as a head coach. But does that play any impact, any role in the game on Sunday?
I think for this group, I think it's a little, not that they focus on the chip on the shoulder or with disrespect, but I could see a DeMarcus Lawrence, a Leonard Williams, an Ernest Jones, like, what? This guy's Coach of the Year? Like,
this is our guy.
We're the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
It runs through us. We're the number 1 defense. Like, I could see a little bit of it because Mike will never, you like to say this, it's been a Salkism through the years, let others say it. And Mike will never say it. He would never. I mean, it's the antithesis, antithetical of everything Mike McDonald would talk about himself. But the other guys will.
Yeah.
And I bet you, and he's not even close. He didn't win second. Duval won second. Like, don't disrespect our head coach. I could see actually a little vibe of that with the players. That.
But it also should be a little reminder that the 2 guys coaching on the other side know what they're doing. Like, we can talk about the Seahawks being a better team than the Patriots. I think they are.
Yep.
Mike Vrabel knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Josh McDaniels done this a lot. He knows what he's doing. So there's some pretty good
Those guys
conversation
will not
there.
be overmatched.
No,
Those guys will not be out-schemed.
Yeah.
Those guys won't,
That's not going to happen.
No, they've been around the block.
That is today's late version, excuse me, of Blue 88s. And that means we're down to about an hour left here.
I don't
Brock,
like
on
this.
Media Row.
Yeah, this is where it starts to get a little difficult for me. I
Why?
feel it in the final hour when we're in Peoria in a couple weeks. Like, you get into the grind and the alarm's early and we're prepping, whatever. How are we going to prep? And then all of a sudden, like, you get to the final hour and you're like, this really sucks.
Because it's ending?
Yeah, like, I don't know if I'm ready to, like, go home right now. Like, when your alarm went off at 4:30, like, oh, okay, I'm ready to go home this afternoon. But right now?
Yeah. Now you just want to stay.
Like, I'm not ready to go home.
You want to just, like, not turn this over to Bump and Stacy at 10? Just be like, sorry.
Well, again,
we're just going to keep going.
He's probable to questionable.
That's true. So I can turn it over to Stacy. I'll go get on my flight so I can get home.
Right.
And you can hang out.
I could go another 4.
You can hang out and play some Bump.
I could certainly go another 4.
You could?
Yeah. I will say this, too.
You sound a lot like a guy on 17 who's like, you guys want to play 18 more?
Yes.
And then they start doing it, and 5 holes in, you're like, you want to leave after 9?
Right.
Because 36 is not that much fun.
It is interesting.
Like 22 holes is a great number of golf holes. Once you get to 27, you're like, why did I decide to keep going? I'm done.
It is kind of weird, though, right? Look around. It's thinned out.
Yeah.
Thursday is definitely.
Well, because I think, especially here, people have to get down to Santa Clara. It's an hour away. Like, I'm going to guess that a lot of the folks that were here, like Hawk Blogger, for instance.
Yeah.
He's not coming here today. He's down in Santa
But even
Clara
all
now
the
for
big content creators.
They're done?
I mean, doesn't have anywhere near the buzz of the last 2 days.
We saw the biggest content creator of them all yesterday.
Oh, we did. Yes, we did. We saw Mr. Portnoy. I was like, oh, no. And I'm in the shot as he's beginning to eat the sandwich.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, gosh.
Brock brought us over to this sandwich place. By the way, really good
Really
sandwiches. The
Deli board?
Yes. Really good. I mean, great Italian sandwiches. They were awesome.
Yes.
And as we were waiting for the sandwich, a big line outside, and as we're waiting, Dave Portnoy came in with his photographer, and they did his
filmographer.
I'm sorry, filmographer.
Jeez, get it right.
Phonographer. And they filmed their whole review while we were standing there waiting for our food.
And I was like, immediately noticed, like, uh-oh, I'm like right in this shot.
Yeah.
And this is going to be really awkward. And I've got to like, I looked real special as I was like backpack. Like,
was it weird for you knowing that like you've done all these like huge bowl games and stuff on Fox, but that was probably observed by more people than any of your games?
Jeez, Salk.
Jeez, that's a shot. That's not.
No, it's not. That's not a shot at all. It just speaks to how popular his thing is.
Yeah.
But you think that's the kind of thought that pops in his head?
I did the GoDaddy Bowl of them all.
That's true. You know what? But I should give a little bit more respect because of the GoDaddy Bowl of them all. Yeah.
Yes.
When you and your friend
GoDaddy of them all.
Danica Patrick were hanging out and wherever.
Yes.
Idaho? Was that in Idaho?
That was in Birmingham, Alabama.
Really? They didn't do that? Well, you did one in Idaho, though.
Oh, that would
right?
have been the Great Potato Bowl.
I'm sorry, and shame on me for confusing those
Yes.
two. All right, Big Hank, Mora's buddy, Jonathan Hankins. You love him. Come on.
Yes, come on,
You
Mora.
love
I just
Big
remember
Hank.
when he first came, I wanted to know who he was, and I found his YouTube channel. So I told you guys about him.
And then he was in his spa, right? He created that whole spa with his robes and
You
stuff.
guys thought that was the vibe. I didn't think so. They were just wearing neutral colors.
No, Mora.
And there were some plants in the background.
They were at like the Aqua Day Spa somewhere, just like hanging out, getting massages,
And I
jumping
wanna
in the
say,
hot tubs.
Is he still on the roster with the Seahawks this year?
I don't know.
Will he get a ring or not? I know that
We
he
could
had
ask him.
a back injury. I
Well, he
saw-
should be a
yeah.
perfect person to talk to about this team, about Mike McDonald, because he can speak
He's an
freely.
anti-Felger.
But he can speak freely about it while also having been kind of on the inside with it. So we'll talk to Big Hank. We'll give you one more need to know and remind you again that Nick Emmanwori seems to be fine. And then at 9:30, we'll talk to Chris Berman. Boomer will be our final guest. We'll get a little pumped. We'll get out of here. We'll turn things over to, well, hopefully Bump and definitely Stacy. We'll be right back. It is Brock and Salk, and you're home for the Super Bowl right here on Seattle Sports on 710.
It's why we bake in the sun out on the berm every summer at training camp. It's why we scream till it hurts. In the cold and rain, come fall and winter.
Listen to the 12th man.
It's why we're 12s. As the Seahawks look to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Seattle, it's why there's only one voice we want to hear tell the story.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Don't miss Steve Rabel calling the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Start having fun.
Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
This week, Seattle football fans are going big, and so are Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Score a winning drive with the same-day test drive and take home. That's right. Find your perfect Toyota and drive it home today. Their teams are ready to help you in 2 stunning showrooms, Kirkland and Renton. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Don't punt on savings. Make your big game move now at Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Visit in person or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
O'Brien.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Talk about stepping up. It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
2 more days until Super Bowl 60.
And this is the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl. KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. This is Brock and Salk.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Powered through the Quantum Fiber studio.
Ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
All right, how cool is this? Final hour for us, final hour of our week. It's a Football Friday, powered by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. All of our coverage here, of course, has been brought to you by WGU. We lost Big Hank, which was kind of sad. We lost Big Hank.
Did I say Big Hank or Big Has?
Well, we lost Big Hank, and so Brock went off to try to track down Kirk Cousins, who we had seen just a few minutes ago, and we're like, oh, Kirk Cousins was here. He played against the Seahawks this year, so he'd probably have some interesting insight into this team. And Brock's like, I got an idea. I think I know where I might find him. And you have come back, not with Kirk Cousins.
No.
You've come back with one of the few people here I've recognized all week long.
Yes.
It's Matt Hasselbeck.
A different number 8.
Yes,
What's up, dude?
How are you?
Seahawks legend, Ring of Honor. Come on.
Pretty amazing.
Give him his due. Let's go.
He deserves every bit of it. First guest in the history of the Brock and Salk show.
That's true.
Former host of the Matt Hasselbeck show on this station.
Co-host.
Co-host.
Actually, maybe co-host.
Co-host. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How
what are you doing here?
Well, nothing much. Just cheering on my team, basically.
Is that you just kind of walk around Media Road and tell people about the Seahawks?
No, my daughter's here. My daughter works for Sports Spectrum, which is the intersection of sports and faith. She does been doing that for a couple years now, doing an awesome job. Really proud of her. She also hosts the Seahawks Collective show, which is usually on YouTube, which is usually Tuesday nights. I think they're doing one right now just because of the week. She also, for the last, I guess almost 2 years now, has been hosting Foxborough Rush, which is a Patriots show in Boston. So the fact that the Patriots are playing the Seahawks in this game is kind of like
home run.
Yeah,
this is a Hasselbeck family thing.
Honestly, right? It's like my old team against my dad's old team, and so it's been really a wild week for us.
Well, I kind of joked that you were here just to represent the Seahawks, but they kind of need it. Like that's been the big conversation for us. It's like no one around the country has any idea who's on this team, let alone how good they are.
Well, so that's the other part of what I've been doing here. I've been
ambassador.
The Seahawks have been amazing, for me anyway. I was at the NFC Championship game. I get a call from sort of the advanced team that's they're all about the Super Bowl, and they're like, hey, we'd love to host you guys, you and your family. We'd love to, basically put you to work a little bit. But it's been great. I've been promoting the Seahawks in Germany and Australia and Austria and New Zealand. Yesterday I did a thing with Robert Irwin. He's the son of the crocodile hunter, who his wife is from Oregon and grew up a Seahawks fan. And so Robert Irwin, who some people know him from Dancing with the Stars, I know him as the crocodile hunter's son. He was here, and I presented him with a 12 jersey, but he had a snake with him. Like a big snake, wrap it around your neck snake. So I brought Blitz. Blitz with me because I was thinking.
Because you figured a bird and a snake would be a good mix.
I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but hawks they kind of trump the snakes.
Yeah,
in
true.
In the lion
in the
King
hierarchy.
world. Yeah, whatever.
Of the animal kingdom.
Yes. Animal kingdom.
Circle of life.
So what goes down? What goes down Sunday? You got a feel?
Sunday?
Yeah. What goes down?
Listen,
Sunday,
the Seahawks are definitely favored. Everyone, I think for the most part, if you look at the regular season, you would say the Seahawks should win this game. But I don't think it's not a shoo-in at all. The Patriots are a good team. They spent a ton of money on the defensive side of the ball, a ton. They got 2 lockdown corners, lockdown. They got a nickel that everyone's like, oh, you can pick on this guy. Marcus Jones is a ball hawk. Yep. He's a player. He's kind of Rashid Shaheed to them in the special teams world. And then on defense, he's just a playmaker. They're a good defense. Up front, their front four is legitimate. The highest paid player in their team's Milton Williams. Yep. He's their Byron Murphy, Leonard Williams type guy. And Christian Barmore missed all of last year, but he was supposed to be their best player on defense last year. So when those two guys play inside, they're ridiculously good. Now, they don't have any depth. That's the problem. That's why if one guy goes down. So Robert Spillane, their middle linebacker, their Ernest Jones, if he's not able to play, he wears the Steve Grogan number 14. I'm not sure if he wears a neck collar or not, but he was from the Raiders. Like, when they're healthy, their defense is very, very, very good.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I don't know. Like,
So take the under.
Well, no, I mean, not necessarily, because now you've got two quarterbacks that are absolutely capable, even though they don't always play this way, they're absolutely capable of cutting it loose and throwing for 350 and running for 50 yards. Like, they could if they wanted to. And then I have an X factor that I think we need to be aware of.
Which is?
Well, here's the deal. The Seahawks, on the other side, their defense is so good.
You think?
They're really good, right? They're the best. In a lot of metrics, they're better than the Legion of Boom ever was. No disrespect to those guys, because they're awesome. But the MOB, in some metrics, they're just different, but they're better. So if Josh McDaniels sits there and he says, okay, I'm having a hard time manufacturing explosives, points, yards, what's he going to do? He's going to go to trick plays. He's got gadgets. He's absolutely going to run trick plays in this game. And I feel that way for a couple reasons. Number one, it's just what he does. It's already what he does. He pulls out trick. I ran this one in 2017. I ran this in 2015, 2019. So they're his plays. But you practice them all season long. And they sit there in the gadget section. And now it's the last game of the year. And, like, what are you saving it for? It's why people ran the Philly special. It's why Antoine Randall, Bruce Arians called the pass to Hines Ward. So if I'm the Seahawks in this 2 weeks, I'm taking a couple coaches and I am doing a deep dive in all the skill guys. Who's a righty? Who's a lefty? Who was a quarterback in high school? Who played baseball? All the stuff. Efton Chisholm. I need to know where he is if he's in the game. Why are you in the game? He's probably in the game to throw the Julian Edelman double pass. Because they're going to have to.
Have you told these Seahawks about this, man?
I've been on the air
Please.
saying it.
Goodness.
Hopefully.
Do you think Mike McDonald's listening to what you're saying in New Zealand?
Here's why I say it. I am
point.
sure
It is a good point.
I'm sure they're on top of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Seahawks coaches are on top of it. But this is what I also know. I was on the.
I gotta tell you though, Matt. If you're sitting here saying the one thing the Patriots can rely on in this game is their trick plays, the Patriots are
He's
screwed.
not saying the
No,
one
I'm not
thing.
saying
The Seahawks are going
X
to. The
factor
Seahawks are going to.
I said X factor. Words matter.
The
Details
Seahawks
matter.
are
But
much better.
Here's why I'm saying it. Okay. Here's why I'm saying it. The year that we went to the Super Bowl in 05 season, we were the #1 seed. We were the best team in football in the regular season, and we lost the Super Bowl to a wild card team. Who probably he shouldn't have even made it through past the wild card, and shouldn't have made it past the divisional, and shouldn't have won the AFC Championship game. And you know how I probably feel about the Super Bowl. So they used a smoke and mirrors. Come on, dude, that doesn't count. Dude, really, bro? Like they used one of those for a third and forever touchdown.
Yep.
And it matters. So I'm just telling you.
That's good.
The Patriots.
I can feel.
Here's the other thing.
I can feel. This feels like your this therapy.
Well, there's
a little therapy element.
I just went to Starbucks and decided on the venti instead of the grande. But here's my other thing about this, okay? Even though everyone has these trick plays, a lot of offensive coordinator play callers don't have the courage to call it. They don't have the courage. They're nervous. Am I going to get a head job someday? You think Josh McDaniels cares about that?
Nope.
He's got the resume and the I don't give a rip mindset to be like, yeah, I'm calling it. Like, think about it. Remember the Philly special? Like, hey, what do you want to do here? Want to go Philly special? Doug Peterson's like, sure, whatever. What do we have to lose?
Right.
We're going with the Patriots.
Yep.
And the Patriots have learned that lesson too. So they're like, oh man, Philly special, really? That doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be ready for all that stuff. Sean Payton, surprise onside kick against the Colts. I'm telling you, it's a thing.
It's one thing, Salk, when you because you kind of hammered, rightfully so, like Kyle Shanahan, really, first series, Seahawks, 4th down, you're going to go to trick play? Like
he ran an option with his fullback. Like, he just gave up.
It's one thing in the divisional round, right? It's quite another. Like, you're not worried about statement you're making to your team or the psychology of that or they're so big and bad. Like, no.
But can I tell you on
You do whatever it takes.
That shows me we don't think we're as good as you to get our 1 yard.
Yes.
Right.
Like, so they're basically saying we have to do smoke and mirrors.
You don't think the Patriots would be saying that too if they went to one of those early and it doesn't work? Like, to me, that's a bit of a Hail Mary. We're going to throw a double pass. It doesn't work. Like, yeah, you can't beat us.
Let me just tell you what it's like in Boston right now, okay? Had they lost in the wild card round, everybody in New England, Patriot land, would be like, hey, guys, we're back, though. We're back.
Right.
We got Vrabel.
Yeah.
We got a franchise quarterback again.
Ahead of the game.
We were not even expecting to be a playoff team this year. We won 4 games the last year, 4 games before that. We're good. We're good. This is house money for them. House money.
Good guess.
He does give good guests.
Great guess.
He does. I know. It's
I
true.
like wired guess too. Like if a little fired up. Yeah,
Well,
a little fired up.
Brock's a button pusher too.
That's
Like,
true.
He knows how to,
Also,
And then Salk, you say some outlandish things.
What are you
man. I'm just
talking
like,
about?
What the frick? That doesn't make
what do
any
I
sense.
say? I don't say anything.
You said something like, "Oh, that." I said X Factor, and you were like, "What? You think they're gonna?"
You think the only reason or the only way they can win?
That's not outlandish. It's just misinterpreting and maybe rearranging some of your words.
just twisting
It's just
words.
putting words in your mouth. That's
right.
totally different from outlandish. Matt, thank you.
Yeah.
Good to catch up with
Have
you
a great
real
weekend,
quick.
man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of compliments on Brock's sweatshirt
Always.
today.
Yeah, that's always the way it goes. He wears everything very well. All right, we got to go. We got to take a quick break. We got to come back. We got to tell people how healthy Nick Emmanwori is. Then Chris Berman, Boomer's going to come by at 9:30, and we'll wrap it up from there. It's Brock and Salk. We're here at the Super Bowl. Just like the Seahawks, man. You're home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports on 710.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
Bull riding is not just a sport. It's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. It's Busch Light PBR Everett at Angel of the Winds Arena, February 13th and 14th. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Forget Cloud 9. We're headed to Cloud 10 with prizes up to $10,000 in cash. Hearts will be racing every Saturday night in February as two lovely winners are drawn every hour from 6:30 till 10:30. Will you be one of Cupid's cash board winners? Visit daily to claim your free entry and find out. Don't forget, your Reef Rewards card can save you up to 25 cents per gallon at Lummi Bay Market next to Silver Reef. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5 exit 260.
Does your yard need shade, privacy, or a little brightening up? Look no further than Big Trees. I'm Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. At our 30-acre location, there are thousands of trees to choose from and knowledgeable staff, including a board-certified master arborist, to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Visit the nursery and learn more about Big Trees at bigtreesupply.com.
It took us 93 years to build this reputation, but it'll take just 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band tee, not just any tee, the band tee. You wore it everywhere until your best friend stole it. Now you're on eBay, and there it is. Same tee from the same tour. The things you love have a way of finding their way back to you, especially on eBay. Where else can you find that mint trading card you searched everywhere for, or your first car, the one you wish you never sold? It has to be eBay. Shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
Home of the NFC champion Seahawks.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come see us in store. Shane Company engagement rings are crafted with care from our hands to yours, because a friend knows your love deserves the highest quality. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Brock Ewart here with my buddy Shannon O'Kelly from IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Shannon, we met about a decade ago when you came into the studio, and at that point, IRG was humming, but you were not 40 locations strong all over the neighborhood. How have you done this and why?
Number one, Brock, great people. Our strength here at IRG is our people. Secondly, we are a company that has a culture of giving back and taking care of our patients, taking care of our team, and thirdly, taking care of our community. We want to be your family physical therapist. More importantly, we want to be your family's neighborhood physical therapist. We want you to come in, have a great experience, and get better and get out there and be pain-free and function.
Take care of your friends. Taking care of your neighbors, taking care of your community, and taking care of Western Washington. With over 40 locations now, that's exactly what IRG Physical and Hand Therapy is doing. Find them in person, find them online at irgpt.com. That's irgpt.com.
The Anime Washington and the Washington State Gaming Expo Super Convention is almost here. We have assembled a massive celebrity guest lineup on February 6th through the 8th in Puyallup. Meet the voices behind Final Fantasy, Naruto, Halo, Grand Theft Auto, One Piece, Spider-Man, Dragon Ball, Baldur's Gate, and so many more. Shop at hundreds of vendors, makers, and artists. Compete in the Tetris Regionals, Catan, Uno Elite, Smash, Tekken, Mario Kart, and so much more. Join us February 6th through the 8th at Washington State Fair and Event Center. Tickets on sale at animewa.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
All right, final injury report will come out later today after the Seahawks have their walkthrough. But yesterday we found out, not a surprise, Nick Emmanwori didn't practice. I think we knew that was going to be the case after what had happened the day before in the imaging. But we got to hear from Nick Emmanwori, which might be just as good. Sounded pretty positive about the way things were going. Here he is, cut one, explaining what happened and how he's feeling.
Yeah, it was just towards the end of practice, I have just rolled my ankle. Kind of like caught me off guard. The practice wasn't like nothing crazy or nothing. We weren't like going hard out there, but just rolled it. And, I'll be good to go for Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that.
I watched someone do that at the deli board yesterday, that little tree and that little cutout in the sidewalk. Someone just, whoop, little roll of the ankle. And when it happens to you, you're like, oh, crap.
Right, this could be bad.
This could be bad.
Yeah.
And thankfully for the Seahawks, for Nick Emmanwori, for everything that Bert Breer talked about in the, 7:30 hour of our show today about what a Derwin James and what a Kyle Hamilton and what that X factor means to this defense in this matchup with this QB, big deal, big deal. So hopefully he can get a little work in today, get a little sweat going. I'm going to guess probably designated as questionable.
I don't think so. I mean, Mike McDonald said he's going to play. He said he's going to play. They don't have probable anymore, right? It's just questionable, doubtful, and out. I'm going to guess he would have been labeled as probable. I'm going to guess they just say he's playing.
All right.
I don't think this is subterfuge. I don't think they're trying to mess around with it. I think he's just going to play. He got hurt, and now he's just going to go play in the Super Bowl.
And everybody else is too, right?
Everyone else is, yeah. And the only question, I guess, would be Robbie Utes. Sam Darnold yesterday was even a full participant for the first time. Robbie Utes might be the one question as he remains limited with whatever's going on in his neck. But other than that,
this is it.
They're ready to go,
this
man.
Is it.
They are healthy. The Patriots are reasonably healthy. Drake May was a full participant. Let's go. Let's get this thing going.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
A couple award winners will be on display on Sunday. Mike Vrabel is the Coach of the Year for the second time in his career with two different franchises. He got 19 votes. Mike McDonald finished third with 8 first-place votes. So kind of a bummer, but I don't know how angry about it you could possibly get. Vrabel's also done a really good job. Huge congratulations to Jackson Smith-Njigba. He is the Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Not the MVP. That goes to Matt Stafford, but the Offensive Player of the Year.
Just awesome. He was by the Pro Football Writers as well, so I wasn't terribly surprised. Actually, McCaffrey finished second, Puka third. I think that's some disrespect to Puka, because watching Puka 3 different times, like that dude is really, really good too. It was nearly a Seahawk, according to Burt Breer. They really liked him and nearly drafted him as he fell all the way to the 5th round. But yeah, really cool and just embarrassing by that influencer to purposely screw up his name.
So awful.
It's really, really stupid.
It's really disrespectful.
And I'm reminded, honestly, as we're here on Media Row, it's no longer Radio Row, of just how much content creation there are. Like, it wasn't this way 10 years ago, right? And it's not bad. But when it's done wrong by influencers and content creators.
And when you're ruining someone else's moment in order to make your own clicks, in order to get your name out there more, it's not the right way to handle. And the NFL's got to be more careful of it, because the NFL made itself look bad. Right. It made Jackson Smith and Jigba look bad. There should be a public apology on behalf of both the NFL and the guy who did it. I would love to see both. I actually is pretty like fired up about it. Yeah. I think it's really obnoxious. It's bad enough when I hear announcers afraid to say his name and just call him Smith.
JSN.
Or JSN. All right, JSN, fine.
JSN.
But just like, learn the guy's name. It's not that hard. No. It's not that hard.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
I bet you Bobby Wagner knows his name. He would not have a problem saying it either.
Out of my mouth.
That's right. Poor Bobby. Bobby wins the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. I know.
Can you now?
The name out your mouth. Yeah. Bobby Wagner, NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner. Yep. So deserved. Honestly, it's a surprise that it's taken this long, but kudos to him.
Very cool. Different organization, and we've kind of speculated how much more does he have, when does he stop playing. When he does, it will be 5 years. That's the window before you can get into the Hall of Fame, like Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald and Adam Vinatieri and Luke Kuechly. A little longer for Roger Craig. He was on the Veterans Committee of that, but that is a strong Hall of Fame class. That became public news last night as well.
Yeah, very, very cool. That is everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. The Nick Emmanwori news is great. I mean, just, being around yesterday and hearing people say, oh, they think this is subterfuge. We think the Seahawks are playing games. Like, I don't really think that's what they do. Like, I don't think they're trying to mess with anybody. The guy rolled his ankle.
Oh, you can't do that this time of year anyway. The pool reporter's there, and that story
But
came
then there
out.
was like, okay, well, not afterwards. Like, afterwards, they were just trying to, be coy about, I don't think so.
No, they would have liked him to practice yesterday.
They took him out. He got imaging, and he didn't practice. They're going to try to get the swelling down, and he's going to play.
Yep.
Like, this seems they've been pretty above board on this one, I got to be honest.
They tried to play my card that I played earlier
A little bit,
They tried to play my game?
They asked me about that, by the way. I go on Boston radio yesterday, and they're like, what's up with your co-host? He said the crafts of this. And I was like, I don't really know. Like, I don't necessarily think that. And Tony Masserotti's like, I do. 100% think so. And I was like, oh, all right.
Maybe he's on to something.
Yeah, maybe. All right, Brock, we're almost done. We just got one segment left to go. It is a Football Friday. It is powered by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Normally, we take calls. We're not going to do that today. Just too many moving pieces with us down here. And
Brady could do it.
I know. It just is too many moving pieces. So, and we got Chris Berman. Chris Berman, Boomer, is going to be by here in just a couple minutes.
If I remember correctly, he was fantastic the last time we had him on.
Yeah.
But I think his last answer, we went a little long.
Yeah,
so
Boomer can go for a while.
We probably don't have time for the
TV
callers.
guys. It's always TV guys. You get a TV guy on radio, and they're like, I got all this studio space to explore.
No one in my ear saying 10.
I know.
5.
More, you might
3,
need to do that, actually. Can
2.
you do that? You just be like, 10.
10 seconds.
5 seconds.
5 seconds. We got a hard out in 5 seconds.
Chris Berman. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Chris Berman, up next. Brock and Salk, Sales Sports on 710.
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl.
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN.
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Google of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Look, we're all getting excited about the big game. And when it comes to football, one of the most important things to think about is your snacks. It's Mike Salk here. Make sure to put Daisy Sour Cream Dips on your list this year. Daisy Sour Cream Dips are so creamy, so flavorful, you'd swear they were made from scratch. That's because they're made with ingredients you can actually find in your kitchen. No preservatives, no artificial ingredients. They're great with chips or wings or veggies, whatever you got going on. So look for delicious Daisy French onion dip and creamy ranch at your local grocery store.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more, he's got to have more.
More bedtime true crime.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More.
Fast internet speed. He's got the gigs to go big. Bring him the games.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop. His quantum fiber's on top. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service, and speed in select locations only.
This week, Seattle football fans are going big, and so are Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Score a winning drive with the same-day test drive and take home. That's right. Find your perfect Toyota and drive it home today. Their teams are ready to help you in 2 stunning showrooms, Kirkland and Renton. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Don't punt on savings. Make your big game move now at Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Visit in person or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
O'Brien. Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber studio.
On Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
All right, well, we're waiting on Chris Berman. He's supposed to be here in a couple of minutes, which should be good. We'll talk to Boomer.
I think I hear him.
You think you can hear him coming?
I think you hear Boomer.
You can hear.
He had an interview right before us,
I know,
but they're on their way.
So if it got a little delayed, wouldn't be the biggest shock. Yeah, Brock, a couple of years ago when we were here before the Super Bowl, there was a thought to maybe get Bruce Arians on, and then they loudly heard me talking about how much I disliked Bruce Arians.
Yes.
And Puka Nacua is doing an interview right next to us for USA Today, and Brock's like, oh, maybe we should get Puka Nacua on. I was like, yeah, I hate that guy. Absolutely can't stand him. Think he stinks. He's a really good player, but think he's not a good guy.
Okay,
yeah.
all
So
right.
no thanks. I'm good.
I got you.
You need me to talk a little louder?
No, you're good.
Oh, am I embarrassing you in front of Puka Nacua?
No, you're good.
Oh, am I embarrassing you in front of Puka Nacua?
No, you did this 10 years ago, so good deal.
10 years ago, you booked the guest, and then I.
Oh, that's right.
And then I was sort of absurd afterwards.
That's true.
You haven't booked this
No,
guy or anything. He's.
Yeah.
I don't like the way he can.
So you ready for this? You ready for this?
For the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you kind of.
I am. I am as ready for it as I feel like I can be.
Yeah.
I am really excited for the Super Bowl. I'm excited for the game. I do think the Seahawks are the better team. I'm fully aware of the fact that saying a team would win 8 out of 10 means that they're going to lose 2 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not guaranteeing you a Seahawks victory or anything dumb like that. I just think that if they play the game 10 times, the Seahawks blow them out 4 or 5.
Yep.
They probably win another 3 or 4, and the Patriots win twice.
Yep.
And so I don't know which of those games is going to occur on Sunday, but I feel very confident that the Seahawks are the better team. And honestly, I know Matt was not trying to say it this way, but when I hear him say, hey, I'll tell you what can be an X factor is trick plays, great point.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt's brilliant. Matt knows this game as well as anybody. But that also kind of tells me, they're resorting to trick plays, and if that's the thing,
well, that's how you play the game.
They're just not as good.
That's how you got to play the game.
I
if
know.
You're not as good.
Yep.
So you know what? I got to pitch backwards. I can't just throw a fastball down because my fastball is not good enough.
Really disciplined
But also,
defense.
he said if they're struggling with this defense, what teams do think they stack up well against the Seahawks defense?
That's my point.
Matthew Stafford. That's about it.
That's
and
about
that guy
it.
over there that can catch the ball, and Devontae, and their tight ends, and their O-line, and their run group, and that team did puncture a little bit, I think, of the ego of this Seahawks defense. And as I said to you the last time that happened, and the Rams did that on Thursday night, what then transpired and followed? Oof, a Carolina absolutely depancing.
Right.
A 49ers absolute beatdown. A 49ers absolute beatdown. Where it's just like there's nowhere to go with the ball.
That's suffocating. I mean, that's been the word, I think, to describe them. And probably shame on us, certainly on me, for not using it more this week when other people have asked us about the Seahawks. I'll try to do that when I go on a few other radio hits from around the country that I have planned here in the next couple of days. The defense is suffocating.
Yes.
That is the word.
It is.
We were running a promo for a while with Bob Stelton. Do you remember it, where he was talking about all the different words to describe the Seahawks defense? And that one was on his list. It's the best one.
Yep.
They really, when they are playing their brand of football, they take away all of your air, all of your space. It was the
like
Dan
that
Orlovsky
snake that the
quote.
crocodile hunter's son had.
Ugh.
That snake that just
Ugh.
chokes and suffocates the life out of you.
That's a
you
no
take it out of the pocket. Quarterbacks feel it. Those receivers running around. Where is my space? Where can I get? There is no space.
Isn't that exactly what Dan Orlovsky said about this team a few weeks ago? They excel at taking away space and not giving you room to operate. If they do that to the Patriots, which is exactly what I expect them to do, cool. Run your trick plays if that's what you got to do. I don't know, man. I feel really good about this, and I think you do too.
I do. You just know that team and that opponent on the other side, it's that old quit gene, right? It's something that our Coach Sanford talked about. When you're game planning, you're getting ready, like, man, we're going to find the quit gene of that opponent. And this New England team, Salk, led by Vrabel, they don't really have a quit gene.
No.
I mean, that's the one thing about
them. They're not going to quit.
That's the one thing about them this season. Like, they're not going to be overwhelmed. You're not going to blow them out. Not going to happen. Oh, look at this
This
guy.
is so great.
Look
what
at
a way to
you.
finish our week here at Radio Row. Media Row.
I've never been a closer.
You are the closer. This is it. Well, I'll tell you what.
No,
we're going to reserve 5 to 7 minutes at the end so that we can end the show and get the Seahawks ready to go.
We'll let you go, so you're not the closer,
Yes.
but you're the circle.
Chris,
you're the
eighth
circle.
inning guy.
Yeah, you're the
You want me
setup
to
guy.
just-
You're
I'm Rob Dibble before we handle it over to Randy Myers.
You're
on
one of the
on
nasty
one of
boys.
those.
You're Matt Brash before it goes
There
to
we go.
Munoz. Yes.
Chris Berman with us, Boomer himself. Hello.
Hi, guys.
It is so good to see you.
Mike, Brock, listen. We didn't have a year ago. I don't think we had our 8.5. It's got to be an over when the win total. But we did a year ago. And I said, I think it's an over with this new coach, Mike McDonald. I don't think it's the hamburger guy.
No.
I think he's a really good defensive coach. You're telling me, because I always come in August to come see
we
the
see you at
Seahawks.
training camp. Yeah.
And you went, no, Boomer, we didn't ask this year, but this was an easy one. I mean, it's easy to say now. Hey, welcome back to the Super Bowl, boys.
Isn't that cool?
And
For the first 30 years of the organization, Boom, and when I was a part of it, there was no Super Bowls the first 30.
well, the Pope hadn't died.
No,
Right? I just learned about that this week.
That's true.
Big thing.
Never mind.
But since 05, this is now the fourth. And you got an opportunity to win a second. You're favored to win the second. What did you say? There's only 10 teams in NFL history that have won 3. There's no reason this team, with their youth, with their age, with their continuity, is going to go anywhere, I think, anytime soon. So for the fourth time in 20 years, here we are.
Well, and I just did Boston radio, and that's where you're from.
Sure.
Why?
I come here to close.
Yeah.
I came to open.
Did you go on with Zolak?
I'm from there. They like me there, all right? I'm a Connecticut boy, right? But
I'm from there. They don't like me there at all.
well, we'll keep it down. We won't tell anybody. But I just and so 4 in 20 years.
Yeah.
And they said, you know, that 60 Super Bowls, the Patriots have been in 20% of them. I went, whoa. Let me think. That's almost impossible. Okay, 85 snuck in there. The Bears happened to beat him. They beat everybody. But Parcells and the Packers beat him.
Yep.
There are a couple of. Okay, so this is like old home week.
Yes.
And there are people in Cleveland and Detroit and the Jets, and you could go on and on. At any rate, it's been fun to watch this team really grow from a distance. Here's what I like, both teams Super Bowl, and then we'll fire questions. I actually have more for you than you do for me. But if you go back 6 weeks, not Seattle, not New England, nationally, I follow football, not me. I follow football. I'm not in the dark. Okay, it's Christmas. Name me 6 starters on the Seahawks. Name me 6 starters on the Patriots.
Yeah.
6, not 3. You get the quarterback. Diggs, JSN, then who? I'm talking 6 weeks ago, not last year.
Correct.
It's just interesting
Chris,
as hell, isn't it?
Here's the sad thing. If you were to walk around this room today and ask everybody to name 6 Seahawks, I don't know that they could do it. Nick Emmanwori, because today, not 6 weeks ago,
Even still.
today, I don't know whether they could name 6 Seahawks. And the first name off their lips should be Leonard Williams. This dude is unbelievably good. He is, I think, and Burt Breer agreed with us earlier, he might be the best player on the field on Sunday. And it feels like no one even knows who he is.
Here's what I say. Especially this year. Last year he had the 90-whatever-yard interception, which he told me when I came out my one day this summer. And that was the day Coach McDonald said, we're doing great. I'm taking everybody to Topgolf, so I never even got to see a freaking practice, although I had a walkthrough, and then it's gone like, oh, come on. I'm here one day. But at any rate, by the way, it must have been a good Topgolf session.
Sure was.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
So... Leonard told me that day, by the way, it's a good thing I was running by my teammates who never would have made it, but they were egging me on, giving me crap.
Go.
So I say, you look at the stat sheet, and I think I did after the Rams game. If I don't know anything, Leonard Williams, he's really good, huh? 1 tackle?
Right.
Yeah. Don't look at those stats.
Nope.
He threw 2 guys over his shoulder, and he was still engaged with the 3rd guy so that Ernest Jones could make the tackle.
That's right.
Like an not old, like it used to be in a 3-4, like a really good nose tackle would make no tackles. but they would be hard to beat, right?
Set the
Am
table.
I right?
Set the table for everybody else. And Boom, you would love this team too, as we're around it and we're pretty close to it because there's just a bunch of selfless dudes. Mike McDonald doesn't want the credit in a league that has a lot of credit. And frankly, we've had fun talking about the old LOB. Those guys wanted everybody to know about them, wanted all the noise, wanted they were like a pack of hyenas, right? Just they wanted the fur flying. This group is just buttoned up, selfless, egoless, not about me, all about everybody else.
I love that they gave themselves, because middle of the year I said, I got to come up with something myself for this defense. But it was organic. It was theirs, the dark side. So I'm going to announce on this show, and by the way, they haven't won the game at all.
Okay.
Because I will repeat it on primetime. There might be more people that see it right after the game. I'm on with Booger and Alex Smith. You know, and the Seahawks win, the coach and players will come. If the Patriots win, coach and players will come. It's really a fun thing. So what song would I have for the dark side? And I don't mind saying that I came up with one. There's an inadvertent reason why I came up with one, and it applies to this game, even though New England's wearing all white. But red is part of their uniform. I mean, it's their third part. It's really blue, white, but it's red. I'm going to go back to when I was like 10 or 11 years old, but the Stones. I see a red door. And I want it painted black.
There we go.
So there's the Swami song. That's my contribution to the dark side.
You haven't shared that with anybody else.
No.
That's new? That's
I
breaking
shared it
news?
with Dave Pearson.
Oh,
I said, I'm sitting on this, Dave. You know, our ace.
Diamond Dave. Everybody knows
you can tell
Diamond
Dave. But I've shared it with him.
It's good.
You know I keep in touch with this team. Not like you guys do.
Yep.
Hey, next year,
yeah,
the Super Bowl's going to be on ESPN, huh?
Yeah, and so am I, which
How
is
cool
kind
is
of
that?
amazing. You know, I mean, no, it's off the charts.
I mean, I kind of knew it in the back of my head, and I think, you know, we've talked to Joe Buck a lot, and thinking about Joe getting to call another Super Bowl is awesome because Joe is amazing, and I really do miss him calling Super Bowls as much as I'm excited for Tarico, who I think is A plus, like just as good as it gets. But I think it's really cool that ESPN is going to have a Super Bowl for the first time, and that means you're going to get to be part of a whole Super Bowl deal.
Personally, I've done a few in ABC and us,
Right.
But it's not the same. Look, our first year there, which I started 1 month in, I obviously wasn't involved in this meeting. Our then president, Chet Simmons, went to Pete Rozelle and said, we'd like to televise the NFL draft, which at the time was on a Tuesday. Started at 8 a.m., 5 a.m. Pacific.
Crazy.
Seahawks and the Niners and the Rams were picking at 5 a.m. And they had like 12 rounds. This is all on the
Moore
phone.
and I'd be the only people awake.
Right? So Pete Rozelle apparently said to Chet, why? Why do you want to televise that? It's like reading the Manhattan phone book back when they printed phone books. And he said, I thought of this story with this being a topic. Well, for one day, our little station gets to do the NFL. Nobody else is doing 8 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. That was rudimentary TV. I mean, you know, it was 2 tin cans and a string, okay? So, and now we have a Super Bowl. So,
pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
And when you guys did that draft, Mel Kiper was already 50.
No, he wasn't.
I think, right? Mel had already been doing it for 25 years.
No, I invented Mel, not me. I didn't find him. We weren't on the big set yet. He was either 83 or 83.
83.
Wow.
I think that was the one with the quarterback.
That was a pretty decent draft.
Yes.
Yeah, and he and I were
He's
in
outlasted
Bristol.
all of them.
He and I were in Bristol, and here's a 23, 24-year-old with a head of hair that I wish I had. I did then. But he knows stuff. He still does.
Yes.
You don't know how many times he bailed me out on the draft. Like, we get to the third round. Third round is an important pick.
Sure.
It's your first defensive back that you're picking, for example, right? And, Mel, they pick Chris Berman, defensive back Brown. Okay, like I'm just saying it. Mel. And then he'd go for 5 minutes. So it's a very cool moment. Yeah. Very, very, very cool.
What's your gut feel for this one, for Sunday? All these different matchups through all these years, Boom, that you have seen, and certainly you've Vrabel and the cast of characters, Josh McDaniel, like, you know, you've seen these guys. What's your gut feel for this one Sunday afternoon?
Well, I mean, I don't know how much time we got, but these are a couple of the questions that I wonder what you guys think. So Josh McDaniels knows what he's doing.
His 10th Super Bowl.
knows what he's doing. He's really good.
Yep.
His intermediate to intermediate long. I don't mean even the Stafford bombs. I mean 20, 25. Ooh. You don't lead the league in percentage and average yards an attempt. You don't do that, right? You know, you're swinging, right?
Sure.
Is that fair?
Check downs, yep.
I mean, Sam is like next, I think, or he or Stafford are next. But my point is, he led and led. Like, you don't do that.
Yep.
What did Josh see in what the Rams twice did? They're different. New England's a different team than the Rams. Puka Nacua is pretty, but Stephon. What does he either duplicate or see as a crack in the best defense in football, if there is any? Okay, that I'm intrigued to see that.
Yep.
Now, what does Mike McDonald and his staff, what do they see on, okay, so here's what New England is doing. Every now and then, okay, Drake May might run. I mean, you've been through it a million times. Where are they susceptible to? They haven't faced, I don't want to say a fury. Houston defensive end sacked him a bunch of times in that game, right? Where are they? If they think they're going to outpower us this way, we got a surprise for them. I don't mean surprise, let's do an all-out blitz. They don't do that. I'm asking. So I'll ask those two questions, and then I'll give you what I think. So both McDaniels, what do you see?
Yep.
And what do you see in what Mike sees in the Patriots?
Yeah, the second one I'll answer first because we were just talking about it. This group is suffocating. And they ate a little humble pie because that surgeon in L.A., Stafford, is unlike any other human I've watched play in a long time. So they are going to try to suffocate the life out of the quarterback, that pocket, those linemen that have not felt this fury. So I think that one's a little easier. How Josh attacks, we'll see. We'll see. It's a young quarterback. It is a young quarterback that's not seen this kind of illusion, this kind of speed. I think they'll be conservative. I think they'll ask him to run. He can run. That, to me, is one of the X factors. And Hasselbeck was great. Hasselbeck was on here with us earlier today and said the X factor is Josh McDaniels' trick plays. He's got a litany of them. He's got decades of them. He don't care what that looks like or what message that sends, that we can't just line up and run it. And I think there's some truth to that.
You know who James Carville is?
I know who he is. I don't know him personally.
But you know what his most famous line was what? It's the economy's stupid, right? We get so caught up in all of these other things. It's the offensive and defensive line stupid.
Yes.
It is the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Cool. The Rams did all that. They got a really good offensive line. The Patriots don't have that kind of an offensive line, and the Seahawks defensive line is insane. The Seahawks have a good enough, if not a very good at this point, offensive line. If this game, like most other football games, is won in the trenches, the Seahawks are just much better in the trenches than the Patriots are.
I agree with that, but the only thing is Williams and Barmore are big boys over the middle of the Seattle line. Do they have an advantage only there? That might be fair to say.
That's very fair.
It's a question.
Nope,
but the advantage they have is not close to the advantage that Leonard Williams and Byron. Like, so I don't know. I feel really good about the Seahawks in this game.
Final minute, Boom. You got final minute. Okay. You're going to get to do it first, and then we're going to have about 3 minutes after. Your final minute to send a message to the 12s. Taking in this Super Bowl, all the parties up and down the Northwest, all the 12s travel well. What's your message, final message to the 12s?
Don't assume this is a win. That 80% of the people are picking the Seahawks to win after only 6 weeks ago they heard of the Seattle. I don't really mean that, but I kind of mean that.
Yep.
Don't assume a thing. It's New England. There's Mike Vrabel. They're 17-3. I don't care what you say.
Yep.
But in this game, there has to be, not to win it, a 1-yard run off tackle for a touchdown for Seattle. That's a must. In the first half, get it over with. Get that over with. Right? The Walker off tackle, touchdown. And at some point, a defensive touchdown. I don't know if Malcolm Smith's coming back. I don't know that. But that would be heritage.
I like it.
And so the score I have is 26-17 Seahawks.
9-point win?
I mean,
with a run from the 1.5 and a
defensive score, so I'm not saying
yeah.
That's my score. Go ahead, you guys.
I love it.
I've been saying this all week. I think if these teams play 10 times, the Seahawks win 8. I think they blow them out 5. The Patriots might win because 1 or 2 of those times the Patriots will win. But if I need to give a score prediction on the game, I'm going 31-10. I just think the Seahawks are a much better team. And, yeah, I think they may get that pick six. It may be Julian Love, who I mentioned earlier. It might be Reek Woolen redeeming himself from what would have been a complete disaster in the NFC Championship game a couple of weeks ago. It might be a DeMarcus Lawrence sack fumble, which we've seen. This team just blown the doors off of people that aren't expecting it. Ask New Orleans, ask Washington, ask Arizona, ask San Francisco, ask Carolina. I mean, like, these teams got ask Minnesota, who got shut out in an NFL football game by this defense in decent weather. Like, I think they're just much, much better than anyone else around. And the fact that they play far away from everybody else and without a big star, I think they're a much better team, and I can't wait to come to work on Monday.
So 2 days ago, boom, when we were here Wednesday, I got to see my old coach, Hall of Famer Tony Dungy. Love that man. Love the way he led our team. We talked about our 03 team that came one step short, lost to the Patriots in the AFC title game in the snow up there. Patriots go on and win. Tony and I are reminiscing about how close that team was. I'd never been on a team that close. On airplanes, we didn't sit in cliques. Everybody talked. Everybody spent time together. On Fridays, we didn't want to leave the building. We wanted to be together and hang together. This is the closest Seahawk team I have ever seen. Either as a player, covering it, been around it, and it's not 1 through 53, it's 1 through 70. They don't have a practice squad. They got a ready squad, and those guys have been ready all year for whenever and however their number were called. They will win Sunday because it will be 70 strong, not 53, not 22, because their 1 through 70 is deeper, tougher, and closer than any group I've ever seen.
So you're saying it's hard enough to beat 12. New England has to beat 70.
They got to take on all 70.
Right. 122nd story.
All right.
I met a guy in the lobby at the Super Bowl that won the Denver one.
Yep.
He said, Boomer, what do you think of this? There's odds out Denver wins by 24 or more, and it's something to 1. I'm betting Seattle to win by 24 or more. I went, okay, well, time out. Let me think about this. I don't know who the guy was. He had Seahawk hat on.
Sure.
Never saw him again. So I'm betting, I think they're really, so let me think of how, so you're saying that if that guy's around, he's going to bet it again. That's all
I think that
I had
guy,
to tell that story.
guy may be taking the same money he bet the last time and betting it all this time to try to double it once again.
I didn't mean to monopolize the end. Good to see everybody.
You did wonderful.
Good luck. Have a great Super Bowl. I love the people up there.
Yeah. Do we have a little song for you, Berman? Do we have a little song for Boomer as he goes?
What?
I think we might. I don't know. We were efforting a little song for. Do we have a little song, Brady?
I gave you one.
Yeah. Charlie Watts he could hit the drums back then. We're gonna paint it black.
How about that? Is that a good song? Debuted on your show.
There's a reason that you are Chris Berman. There is a reason you are ESPN. There is a reason we wanted to close out our week at the Super Bowl with the Godfather, Chris Berman.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for being with us, Brock. That's all we got for today. We're going to be in Monday morning. We may be on YouTube after the game if everything goes the way we hope it will go. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your Super Bowl, everybody, and we will catch you Monday morning at 6 o'clock. Stick around for Bump, Stacy, a million guests, Wyman, Bob, a million guests as we close out our week here at the Super Bowl. Go Hawks, man.
Yeah.
The hay.
In the dark side of the barn.
See everybody. Get to the chopper!
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl.
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN!
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
Here's what you can look forward to when you get your windows replaced. The whole house being way warmer and a lot quieter. Dave Wyman here, and when we had finally had it with our old windows with broken seals, we called Harley Exteriors. They were incredibly friendly, professional, and absolutely knew their stuff. Harley Exteriors windows are a massive upgrade. They keep heat in and noise out. Plus, they're truly gorgeous windows. I said, you guys must use a different type of glass. And sure enough, it's their Olympic Series, which is manufactured here in the Pacific Northwest and exclusive to Harley Exteriors. Harley Exteriors has a special offer for Seattle sports fans. Buy one window and get the second 40% off. No payments or interest until 2027, and take an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today. That's harleyexteriors.com.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the new year from the James G. Murphy Company, and it's underway now. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more, like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check murphyauction.com for all details. murphyauction.com. murphyauction.com.
Experience a luxury resort, breathtaking wildlife, spectacular wilderness, and amazing fishing at Queen Charlotte Lodge in northern British Columbia. King salmon runs are at their peak in May and June, and halibut and lingcod are always plentiful. Check out how easy it is to visit QCL at fishqcl.com. That's fishqcl.com. Queen Charlotte Lodge. Experience fishing first class. And remember, our dollar's worth $1.35 north of the border.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients.